yourself? Okay, good. All right, other than that, let us go live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will. I'm a D&D sex icon. Welcome back to another episode of The Telling Book. In fact, the very first episode of The Telling Book. The book is yet to be told, and he who will be telling it today will be Mr. Strider Heap, our Dungeon Master, for tonight. Mr. Strider Heap, how are you doing, my friend?
Oh, fantastic, man. This is such a great opportunity. I'm hyped up. It's going to be good. This is the first thing I wrote for Encounter Roleplay back when I met you and when I met the whole cast, so I felt it was only right to do this one. And the cool thing about this one is chat gets to go fucking nuts, and
that's good.
I am so hyped up to see what they do.
Incredible, incredible. Let's go around and meet our cast and crew. Some familiar faces, some new ones, and some returning and some new characters. We have Chelsea, Little Red Dot, with us today. How are you doing, Chelsea?
Doing really good. Excited to be back. Malone has left his life of adventuring for his wife, and he's settled down. So I'm moving on to a new character today. New world, new character. Super excited. Yeah.
I'm happy for Malone that he found peace.
He did.
Inner peace.
He did.
Incredible. I'm gonna miss that old coot. Incredible. We also have Mr. Scraticus back with us today. How are you doing, Scrat?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic, thank you. Yeah, I'm also rolling with a new character today. Also, new character, new world, new voice, new everything. We were getting pretty hyped about that earlier, I think.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Talk to me about Theo then. Oh wait, no, you're not playing Theo. You're not playing Theo.
I don't know, man. I don't know whether it was the assassins or the amount of krakens that ate him or what. I mean, his lifespan.
Something got to him.
His lifespan, I think, was limited. I've got a feeling at some point we need to write a tale of how he died, because I mean, you know, like, he wasn't the most savey.
I agree. Yeah, that is very true. Talk to us a little bit about your character for today, then, Scrap.
Okay, so I'll be playing a new dwarven life domain cleric. Yeah, he grew up in a small village. He's pretty devoted to his god and loves spreading the word of his god. He's got an awesome, thick Germanic accent, which I can't wait to try out. And
incredible.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Kardak Unterbrücker.
Fucking hell. Okay, Kardak. Okay.
I'll rename myself.
I will call you Carman. Excellent. And also, let's go back to Chelsea. You're playing Hesper today. Talk to us about Hesper.
Oh yeah, a new character I haven't told you about. Her name is Hespa Phlox. She's a half-elf ranger, and she dwells in the desert, and kind of lives on the outskirts of civilization and keeps the elven people protected in hopes of one day earning her honor to join their civilization. And the elders of the tribe, after 150 years living out on the outskirts of the desert, have decided to send her on a little mission. So yeah, she's headed out to go take this mission on and see something outside the desert for the first time in her life.
Awesome. We have Mr. Spiritus Lupus here with us today. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing wonderful. How about you?
I am doing very well, and I'm glad to have you with us here today, my friend.
Yeah, I'll be bringing back Kaitri. After her adventure, she didn't know what was... Oh.
You got a loud microphone now, my friend. There you go.
Yeah.
Impressive. I like the booming quality from which you are resonating within my ears. If you try to turn it down just a wee bit, and you're probably coming about level with us.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, that's sounding good.
Right now I'm like really, really soft, and holy crap, the difference between computers is really incredible. But I'll be bringing back Kaitri. After her adventures in Beauregard, she traveled and has apparently wound up where she needs to be at this time.
Excellent. And last but not least, we have Mr. Crit Dice Gaming with us today. How are you doing, my friend? It's good to see you.
Hello. I'm very excited to be here.
We are excited to have you with us as well, my friend. Talk to us about your character.
So yes, I'll be bringing in one of my favorite characters that I have, Hayes Greenhill. He is a Goliath barbarian that was raised in a village of halflings and believes that because of the love of his parents so much, that is why he is so tall.
That makes a lot of sense. That resonates strongly. with Finbar, my character, who is a teller of tales. Finbar the Bard will be returning today, the half-elf bard, one of the most famous bards that you have most likely ever come across. My adventures in Borigog have led me once again to having to flee the country and region, and I have found myself here today. So once again fleeing the numerous, in fact innumerable crimes which he has committed, crimes against fashion, crimes against humanity. That's why he's found himself today. Before we dive into today's game, I'll remind you guys how to interact with today's show. If you haven't followed yet, hit that follow button and join us. We hit 20 followers, you guys get to decide something which happens next in our campaign. Also, here is a tweet for you guys, 20 retweets, same dealio. Help us out or screw the players, you decide. Also here, you can donate to affect the game as well. You can give players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges. This month, of course, is the month of Christmas, which means that we have a special Christmas table written and created by the trickster gods of chat and Humalu, who won today's game of what did Will have for dinner today? The answer being bangers and mash. Rolled on the Christmas table and got the mistletoe of madness. A piece of mistletoe appears above each party member. Charisma DC saving throw 13. Any PCs with mistletoe remaining must kiss. So, Mr. Strider Heap, we're going to have a little bit of love tonight on the telling book. Perhaps. Or perhaps it will not be love. Who knows? Could lead to a lot of awkward moments and uncomfortable episodes. I can't wait, personally. Finbar is down to clown. And of course, there is the Kickstarter campaign running today. We are like 80% funded at the moment. Check out The Blood Plague on Kickstarter right now. D&D5E Adventure. Plenty of blood, plenty of plagues. We're playing it on Sunday on our 12-hour fundraiser stream. Other than that, though, Mr. Strider Heap, I hand over to you, my friend, to talk to us about the telling book.
Tremendous. Nestled away in a hidden bay behind perpetual banks of fog sits the small town of Dragonsport. The cold this time of year has the innate ability to weave its way through clothing. It is the winter season now, but it never snows here. Instead, the town is plagued by perpetual drizzle and a thick bank of fog that rolls in from the ocean. I'm going to play this a little loosey-goosey here. I want the party to help me make this world. I want chat to help me make this world. So, Dragonsport is a small production town on the seaside, and they are a world-renowned exporter of what? Anyone in the party can speak up. It can be cows, sheep, wood, squids, like absolutely anything. What do you guys think?
Well, if it were up to Finbar...
Do enlighten us, Finbar. What would it be?
Most likely my new range of underpants.
You trade in underpants?
I trade primarily in underpants.
How much are you exporting?
In what manner or form are we talking about exporting here? Because when it comes to underpants, there are all sorts of imports and exports, if you catch my drift.
I try not to.
Quite.
Okay. Dragonsport is the world-renowned primary and only exporter of Finbar underpants.
Excellent.
So his name's written in everybody's.
And they are made out of all of the things that's suggested in chat. Finbar's underpants come in the hops flavor, beer flavor, dragon bone flavor, weed flavor, pork scratchings flavor. You can get all sorts of scents and tastes that go alongside.
If you wanted to get, there's other ways to get into people's pants.
Well, I found that this is the this most far-reaching one that I've come across.
Probably pretty profitable, I would think.
Quite, yes.
Beautiful.
Well then, we set the scene with our good cleric, Sir Kardak. The town smells of underpants. Collar turned to the cold. You have finally reached your destination. Can you explain to us what Sir Kardak looks like?
Yes, he is a 4'2" dwarf. He's in heavy chainmail with you can see a green walnut jumper sticking out the bottom, and he's wearing the vestments of Brigantia on top. So he's got the bridge on the front, and he looks pretty warm. He's pretty toasty in there. He's a sort of grizzled old dwarf. He's got some scars, white hair. He's getting on a bit. There's a little patch of ginger that remains just below his lip, and he's probably at this point walking around shops and old courtrooms and things like that, searching fervently, I would imagine.
Yes, Sir Kardok, you have been given a name, an address, and a time. It seems the trials you encountered on the road were not enough to forestall you, for you've arrived on time, but you have little less than 20 minutes to find your appointed meeting place and discuss what has been described to you as the possible end of all life on this plane.
Yes,
That's intense. Fuck.
So Kardak isn't in any way shy. He's going to be grabbing sleeves and like trying to get attention from people to help him get directions. So he's just going to grab the nearest person and be like, "Excuse me, can you give me some directions?"
There's a little younger man. He has set his spear up against a shack, and he's sitting there trying to warm his hands. Just hi. Great.
Yes, hello. I need to find this meeting place. I have to be there in only 20 minutes now.
Fantastic. This is me first day. Let's see. That's an easy one. Walk past a market and then past the churches, and it's right before the residential district on the right. Left.
Okay.
It's
so I walk past the market, and then I go right.
No, you know what? You probably shouldn't go near the churches at all, actually. There's this big whorehouse. No. They changed it. Yes, walk past the market, and then it's right before the residential district.
It's now a
before
church.
The houses.
Before the residential district, past the market.
It's on
Before
the
the
left.
residential district.
It's on the left. Left is certainly right.
Left.
Right.
Okay. And he'll just confidently walk that way without questioning this person at all. He's going to trust him. He's going to be like, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's going to walk with an air of confidence. Past the market.
I've been Timbers. If you need anything else, first day of the job, God Timbers. Yes.
Ben Timbers, nice to meet you, Ben. Walks on. Assuming the directions are right, he'll walk past the market and just before the residential district turn left.
You find yourself, you've been told, grave matter. You have found the correct address, but it is a cafe. It is a breakfast cafe. Maybe not what one would expect when discussing the end of the world. Let's join our desert-dwelling half-elf. Now, you come from a very, very hot, very, very dry place, and you've come a long way in tracking down what could possibly be the end of this plane. What does Hespa look like, and how is she handling the cold, and maybe more importantly, how is she handling like the literal water in the air coming off of the ocean?
So she usually wears like multiple layers of canvas to keep the sand out, right? She fills it with like a armor type piece, and she wears like a big scarf to cover her face. But they're the wrong kind of fabric for like damp weather. And I feel like it's all gotten really heavy on her body, and she's kind of like a wet dog. And she's about as happy as one. And is she at the cafe, grabbing a drink to stay warm?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So she's kind of hovering over something hot in a bowl at this cafe, and is kind of brooding in the corner because she's sopping wet. But yeah, all in all, she's not happy. Everything here is wet. It's weird.
The cafe is actually rather empty. There's not too many other customers. There sits at a table in the far corner a balding man. His beard startlingly white. And he is adorned in grease-stained robes, and he is ravenously, ferociously, carnally devouring a stack of pancakes. Sitting across from him are two strong warriors. The first being our resident, these of course being our resident barbarians. Let's hear from our Goliath friend.
I don't remember ordering any croutons. Where have I got them in front of me?
Sorry, sir. Those are. Those aren't croutons. Those are pancakes.
Are you sure? I've travelled and I know a crouton.
I'll see what I can do. If I can just, and she squeezes past this huge ornate chest that's been set on the table. There's a treasure chest sitting on this diner table. It is pitch ebony midnight black and is covered in gold filigree. She kind of awkwardly reaches around it and grabs your plate and I'll be back in a second. And she kind of tiptoes away. And sitting next to you is our other barbarian. You are a dwarf, are you not?
I am. She is. She's just sitting there eating.
What does she look like?
She's about 4 feet tall. Has brown hair, blue-eyed. She's wearing mithril armor, which wouldn't. It keeps her protection from the heat. She also has on a very large sombrero, which also helps with heat protection. Because she's from the hills. She knows that these things will help protect her and keep her warm or from being like from the heat, cool in the heat. She's not prepared for cold weather pretty much, so the cold weather does get to her a bit, but she just shrugs it off as best as she can and deals with it.
Oh, I'm sure she thinks this place sucks.
Oh yeah. But hearing that the end of the world, she's very, very against the world ending and has to stop that.
The greasy, bearded man shoveling pancakes into his mouth kind of looks over, his face splattered with syrup, and he sees you brooding in the corner, Hepzibah. And he kind of looks you up and down and, adventurers, yay! Come here. Shh, secret, but come here.
Okay, she gets up slowly and kind of walks towards him cautiously and says, yes?
Where is Will, our bard, hanging out?
This is a bar that we're at, correct?
It's a cafe. They serve tea and pancakes.
Right. Perhaps the upstairs area, after the whorehouse has been taken down, reconverted, perhaps that's where the overflow clients have gone to. As such, and I would consider myself as having a great deal of overflow. So I will be heading down the staircase from this establishment, straightening my tie and waistcoat that I am wearing, and Finbar, kind of dark beard, dark hair, and ruggedly handsome, beautiful on the outside, incredibly ugly on the inside. Comes down, I'll take a pot of the Earl Grey. Oh, hello, greasy people.
She's kind of staggering away with this platter of pancakes and just, yeah, sure, why not? Yes, tea coming up.
And pancakes while you're at it. I've worked up a mighty hunger.
She gives you a platter of pancakes that have a bite missing out of them. It seems someone else is just eating these croutons.
I send it back.
There is not overflow clientele from the whorehouse here. There's actually quite the exact opposite. You've spied that you are being stalked by what you peg to be a 10 to 11-year-old boy.
Good God, I have come to a completely different conclusion to what this place is. I must not let the authorities get wind of what I thought. Hello, little boy, why are you staring at me? I suppose you're after some of my famous underpants.
He walks forward, underpants on his head, bright ginger explosion of hair sticking out the left leg hole and the right leg hole.
It's a strong look, son.
Yes, you're Finbar, right?
I look around me. Do you see anyone else as magnificent as he who could be Finbar the Bard? Yes, I am Finbar the Bard.
He kind of swoons and hugs his package of underpants tight to his chest.
Good Lord.
Oh.
Please stop holding your package while staring at me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wondering if you could sign this. I couldn't decide between the...
You want me to sign your package?
Yes, I couldn't decide between the Cool Ranch or the nacho cheese, so I got both.
Well, I appreciate your creativity. At the same time, for legal reasons, I can't touch you.
Can I overhear this conversation? Is it like happening openly?
Oh no, of course. Yeah, this is.
Yeah. Hespa turns around and goes, "You're Finbar. I bought a pair of your underpants when I got into town.
My, I'm sure you did. Welcome to this
Would
fine...
you sign my underpants?"
Why, of course, yes I would. Now, he
She
comes
gets
right...
it while I'm lying behind the child. Like, and then did you know his underpants are sold from here? They ship them all the way to the desert. And I look at the rest of you sitting in the cafe.
Puff myself up.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yes.
What's an underpant?
You, my friend, are what we would call the commando race.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm a halfling. I'm not a commando.
I can see that.
How big are you? Are you what is your race again?
Goliath.
You are a Goliath.
Goliath.
Do they make underpants his size?
There's a special stretching mechanism that we have. Yes.
There'll be no stretching, please. No, thank you.
My mom bought the stretching ones.
My God.
I got the stretching ones.
Well, okay, I get my quill and I can get some ink from somewhere. Start signing them. There we go.
This kid gives to you something that's obviously not a Finbar underpant. It is some kind of cheap knockoff bullshit underpant. He gives it to you saying that this is his, and he thinks it'll keep you safe on your travels.
Dear boy, this is not one of the Finbar branded underpants. And
Well, yes, it's mine. I want to be a tycoon just like you, Finbar.
Well, whilst I appreciate your spirit of entrepreneurship, I am going to have to crush this. What is your name, boy?
Dax.
Dax.
My name's Dax.
And where do you live?
My mom and I, we have a little...
Yes.
big shack, in the harbor, yeah.
Excellent. Then my legal team will be with you by the afternoon with a cease and desist. This is
Wait.
completely illegal.
He's just a child. He's a child.
He is?
Right? He's a child.
Are you a child? I look at him. Are you sure you're not a doppelganger? I've had trouble with those in the past. Trying to steal my underpants business.
What's a Doppler radar?
That's exactly what a doppelganger would say. Fine, I'll sign them.
No, I want you to keep them. They're good luck. They're good luck pants.
Nope. But fine, I look over at the lady. Yes, I love kids. I'm excellent with them. They love
Finbar,
me.
do you actually keep the lucky panties?
I didn't realize they had panties. Now, in which case this changes everything. This changes the whole scenario right now. If they are man's underpants, then I will take them if they look unspoiled.
They do look unspoiled, and these lucky underpants will let you re-roll your first natural one of the session.
I take them, stuff them in my bag.
Dax is ecstatic, and he rushes out of the place, holding his cool ranch and nacho cheese underpants to his chest.
My lady, I didn't catch your name there.
Oh, I'm Hesper. You haven't signed my underpants.
Quite. And I
Does anybody else want the underpants signed? This is Finbar. And she begins pointing and looking at everybody else.
My lady, I only do them on special request for incredibly attractive people. And...
Oh, no, thank you. I don't need mine. I am part of the commando race.
And young boys. They don't fall into the same category. In the Venn diagram of what I sign, they are two separate and distinct categories of attractive people. Yes, young boys over there. I will sign it, of course.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't have any underpants to give you, so...
Well...
You're just gonna sign it, right? Like, I can't exchange.
She's
very confused and doesn't understand.
You don't have any underpants for me to...
Well, the boy, he gave you underpants in exchange for your signature.
You're not...
She doesn't understand at all.
Remind me of what Hesper looks like as well, because Finbar...
She is like very tan and sun-kissed, dark hair, and she is a half-elf technically, so, Yeah, and she's like drenched in these like canvas clothes that are kind of oversized. They're really meant for desert wear, not for like damp seaside
Yeah,
cafe.
I noticed her outfit. My lady, in this case, seeing as you do not yet own a fine pair of my own underpants, I will gift one to you and sign it.
A pair of your own underpants. I would be honored.
Well, in a way, yes. And Finbar gets out from like his top pocket where he'd normally keep like a handkerchief. He gets out this like tiny little like lacy thing, and he like signs. There you go. Hands it over.
She like holds it up and looks how dainty it is and goes, "Oh, okay," and like folds it gingerly and like tucks it in her pocket. And looks at anybody else want their underpants signed.
It's not an open call. This isn't a signing.
Oh, come on. You're Finbar. They deserve to have their underpants signed. And she walks over to the dwarf and like pats her on the back and says, "Do you have a pair of Finbar's underwear?"
No, that I do not. I don't quite care for his style of underpants.
And you?
That is straight up offensive to my people.
Yes, underpants and nacho cheese. This is all fantastic. I'm only trying to talk about the end of the world over here.
Oh, good. Nothing important then.
That does take precedence.
What's that?
So that does take precedence.
Yes, I am the president.
Mr. President.
Please tell us, how is the end of the world coming?
Well, the
What's it got to do with my
noisy one,
underpants?
the noisy celebrity's here, so I guess we can get started.
By all means.
Where's that
Steve.
Earl Grey?
Where's that Earl Grey?
Quite. I ordered some Earl Grey's way, and that wench hasn't come along and served it yet. Terrible service here. I take a seat down.
I have to agree, service here is terrible.
So I'll be leaving a very poor Yelp review.
Like Kardak's just gonna like peek through the door and be like, "Hello, I'm here to talk about the end of the world with someone. Is this the place?"
This is cafe. This is the cafe at the end of the world. Come over.
Oh, thank God! Thank God it's the man I've been looking for, yes. Please come over here and do not talk about your underpants.
Okay.
You think that'd be a simple enough request, but apparently not.
It was never requested of me, I will note. Now, get on with your end of the world nonsense. I've got pants to sell. And sign. And take off.
Yes, are you, Sir Kardak?
I am indeed. I am here for the
End of the world, yes.
yes.
The shadow.
Yes.
Well, yes. Everyone, this is the top man that the Grand Cleric sent over.
Indeed.
She is trusting of this man, so I'm going to be too, even if he is a little short.
I'll have you know I'm reasonably tall for my race, but carry on.
Apparently.
He's a good man. I know what a cleric is, and they pray to gods. So, you watch yourself.
Gods
And
will...
as soon as you say that, like, he's just gonna like get down on one knee, take his vestments, and be like, "She is the one who is lady of all, and she is the one whom I would speak, the one who gives birth, and the one who brings death, beginning and end of the course of our lives."
My goodness.
Don't know what happens, but I feel blessed.
I see why the Grand Cleric sent you. You obviously memorized all your school books.
Mr. Greasy Man, why don't you get on with this end of the world thing now that we're all here?
Yes, and why is he so special?
Right. Yes.
Well, he's the one being paid for this. Who are you people? I thought you were just along for the ride.
Well, I mean, I was just here getting something hot, and you started talking end of the world, and you know.
Oh, yes.
Ignore that.
I have forgotten. The end of the world, yes. This right here. And he sets his hands on the ornate ebony box. This houses the shadow. The great evil of our world. The biggest calamity of our times.
You know, like put his hand out on the box, like, you have the chronicler.
Yes, wait, what do I? He flips open the box and it is entirely empty, save for a small pocketbook-sized leather-bound journal sitting at the bottom.
Nobody touch it. Nobody touch it. And can I immediately just try and work out if that is the broken chronicler?
He puts his hands inside of his greasy sleeves that are covered with syrup, and he pulls it out and sets it down. Certainly you are all aware of what a chronicler is. And he looks at the Goliath and the... he looks at Hayes and he looks at Kaitri. Well, for those of us that like to read, chroniclers are a relic from the past. They're used by accountants, librarians. They write down words, things around them. Very, very useful for court clerks. And you can see what people have said and what has happened, so that you do not forget what has been said and what has happened.
Right, understood. Yes, I make a note of all the ladies' underpants which I've signed to keep track of them, so they don't come back for a double signing.
I got words. He said words. That's the word I got.
Kachi just looks at this, apparently, like, I'm guessing it's a small book.
Yeah, it's, you fit
she
in your
looks
pocket.
at it and goes, what makes this one so special?
This one is broken. It is steeped with evil and lets to stew with shadow, and was left in the back of the ice box for too long. Now it's bad.
Freezer burned.
Yeah, Hesper says, I don't mean to interrupt, but did you say broken chronicler?
Yes.
The broken. I have been on the road for 2 weeks looking for this book to destroy it. And she rips out her dagger and gets ready to stab it.
You roll an attack check if you want to.
Also, as you roll that attack roll, Israel donates £15, gives free wild magic surges to Mr. Crit Dice Gaming. Those are free D10,000s, which I can look up for you here, my friend.
Oh man. Okay, yeah, let me get to that. That roll. Yeah, I guess I'll give it I'll give it an attack. Why not, right?
Do it.
There you go.
Yeah, so 21 to attack it.
Do you want me to roll 3?
Yeah, 3 of them, and I'll check these up for you.
Man.
8163. All bags of holding within 1 mile are completely full of anvils.
Anvils start pouring out of the ornate chest on the table.
Oh, where all these anvils come from?
You have to... The dagger also goes flying out of your hand the second it makes contact with the book. The book is fine. It doesn't look damaged at all.
Damaged at all?
So
don't piss it off.
Hayes' 6940. Target's ankle is tightly chained to his neck. How to say it?
It's one long chain.
Very long. That's a long chain you've got there, my friend.
Wow.
I tried looking for the cafe, and I think I found a whorehouse.
And
Obviously, I wear the appropriate attire.
well, speaking of which, a 100-yard radius is covered by slimy, decaying vegetable matter. Ah, these pancakes are terrible.
It ruins my new underpants.
Don't worry, we're going to get them dirty anyway. Also, Strider, I will note that we have hit a viewer decision.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Oh,
I'm
my.
gonna hold on like a couple minutes,
Yeah,
and
no
I'll
worries.
tell you. You guys start like getting the hamster running in the brain, though. I'm going to ask you what the book writes down.
All right.
Oh no.
But for now, since we are magic surging and the book is pissed off at all of you, now would be a fantastic time to roll those Christmas saving throws to see who starts smooching.
So it's
Oh.
a
Those were
charisma.
Charisma saves, right?
DC 13 charisma saving throw. Luckily, I am the most charismatic of all.
Oh, what? Actually makes charisma throw with no charisma modifier.
Damn it! Oh no, I failed. Oh, that's such a shame.
Oh no!
Oh God.
It seems we have an uneven number. Not it.
I have ever been partial to a
I imagine
freeway.
Hespa and Finbar locking faces suddenly.
We're covered in vegetable matter.
Yeah. So it's decaying
God,
vegetable.
She's one lucky fan, isn't she?
Oh man.
And then,
Hespa.
Straticus, you want some of this action for sure, right?
My God.
Under the mistletoe.
Vespa whispers out of her like lips, "Get over here!" Like still locked in with Finbar.
I suppose unable to resist, he walks over and gets stuck in.
You guys only smooch for a couple of minutes.
You give it the
before
old
the
English
mistletoe
try.
completely rots, just like all the other vegetables. All vegetables are rotting. The pancakes are rotting. The mistletoe's rotting, and you guys feel back to your normal selves, in charge of your faculties. Once again.
My.
Brigantia, forgive me.
My faculties have rather been risen.
Man and wife.
You know, it's days like today where I'm glad I'm part of the commando race.
Quiet.
Okay, so I see I've made a very important point. Don't piss the book off. Look. He gets a little bit of syrup on the cover and he brushes aside mistletoe and rotten vegetables and he flips it open. It seems right in the center of the book. There's just a sentence or two written in the very middle of the page. That should show up for everyone, hopefully. And someone can read it,
Here in a second.
because I don't know if our barbarians can.
I'm well illiterate.
Okay.
Maybe a child I could be willing to take it up and...
She scoffs him and says,
Yeah.
I read.
Break it up. Yeah. Do you have a what does it say? Somebody read it.
Yes, read the damn thing.
The foolish old man was considering ordering his third plate of griddle cakes, but deep down he knew it was a terrible idea.
Interesting. Griddle cakes. Now, is that some form of clue to maybe there's a griddle nearby which will destroy the world?
Oh, maybe it's the foolish old man.
Maybe.
Well, we have one of those.
Tummy.
We have several of those.
Kaichi looks to the old man and goes, "You have 3 plates of pancakes."
Yes, certainly. No, this isn't about me. Book, stop it. This isn't about me. He closes it and he rips it right back open to the same page. And there's text written on the page, but quickly you notice it is different.
What now?
The chronicler reads, "The intrepid adventurers looked upon the chronicler in slack-jawed awe, blissfully unaware of the dangers that were about to befall them."
Oh, this is terrible. It has noticed us.
Yes, see, terrible. There's kissing, and I don't like vegetables. I like pancakes. See, pure evil, unadulterated, shadowy darkness from some abyssal awful. Right?
I would like to attempt to like roll something to identify the object a little bit more, like in terms you can understand, not just from the old man, just like trying to grasp more information.
Go for it. That kind of sounds like arcane to me.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, cool.
Holy shit. This thing has definitely been tampered with. It would lead one to believe with arcane, what you've seen so far. But if stories hold true from the actual world-shaking power this thing could display, it's beyond any single wizard. It's more of a divine source. Or maybe, more correctly, an unholy source.
Okay, I turn to the group and go,
there are some things that I just know, and I just know that this book is coming from not a person, but an evil, evil divine source.
Only an evil divine source would deny pancakes.
That seems reasonable to me. And look, it's pointed at us. I don't even consider myself an adventurer, and much less intrepid.
My, your beauty and grace is only matched by your intelligence.
So, how do we kill it? That is I just want to go home. How do I kill it?
Well,
the Grand Cleric sent me. I could try a prayer. We think that would work. I mean, we tried stabbing it with a knife.
My dear fellow, this old man here knows. This old man here knows that simply trying will get us nowhere. We must go on some kind of 2.5-hour long quest in order to, perhaps 1.5 hours. I don't even know. Save the world with this book. It can't be something as simple as just praying about it. There must be some place we need to go, or someone that we have to speak to, or someone we have to kill. That's usually how these things work.
Yes,
precisely.
Yes. Maybe you could pray for guidance.
I've tried praying the book away, but that's just completely bullshit. That never works.
Who did you pray to? Because I once prayed to a fish, and it didn't come out of the lake.
That's a good lead we have there.
Well, certainly wasn't a fish. Some of the upper pantheon, the light gods, the anti-magic gods, the law gods. And they haven't helped so far, so I was thinking my fires and my matches and that kind of stuff doesn't work. So the Grand Cleric, she's been looking for this, and she will certainly know what to do with it.
The Grand Cleric, where might she be? Is she within this town?
She's approximately a 2.5-hour adventure away from here.
Well, that's just as well.
Perfect. That's the time we've all put forth.
It's kind of time frame that I've got to deal with here, so that works for me. Excellent. Well, in that case,
Kardak, I do believe, though these people may be unsavory and some of them beyond the standard deviation of height, that you may need their help. If any one person holds on to the book for too long, shit can get kind of weird. The man that brought this to me wasn't a man. I found this book in the maw of a kitten.
He was a kitten.
Yes, I think it was a he. I'm not sure how to sex a cat. I'm sure Finbar would be able to tell us.
So is it like physical touch, or is it like we can wrap it and bind it in something and carry it?
You need to keep it secret and keep it safe, but beyond that, you can do whatever you want.
I mean, in terms of the effects that it has, you're saying we can't hang on to it for too long. Is that just like?
Oh yes, I would suggest from person to person, but then again, the book can also cause hurricanes and earthquakes and meteors halfway across the planet and in other dimensions. So
I don't even know what half of those are.
I would say transferring ownership of the book regularly may stop it from focusing on any one of us too much. Perhaps.
Precisely my idea.
I'll hold on to it. Nothing can go wrong. I'm really good at protecting things.
Can we carry it in the trunk?
No, that's my trunk.
Oh.
And it is too heavy to move, for it is full of anvils, so we will certainly not be able to use the trunk.
Those anvils.
I believe the book has deliberately destroyed the trunk.
And it got it out of its system, so it most certainly won't deliberately destroy you, hopefully. So take it and get far away from me, please.
Seeing as all
Great.
She
yes.
just kind of grabs the book and slides it into the backpack on her back. That's sitting inside her, and she'll be like, "I'll take it for a while. Someone else can take it later."
You are brave or foolish or both. I admire you.
I prefer both.
I admire you, even though you are short.
Well,
okay, so we need to get to destroying this book. Does anyone know, old man? How do we destroy this book? We go
Take
to
it back home.
Cleric.
Back to the
Back
cleric.
to the Grand Cleric, yes.
The cleric woman, yes.
Right, and we find her Where would she happen to be located? Can I roll for that?
Yes, where might she be?
Sir Kardak knows exactly where she's located because he just came from her.
Oh.
Yes, we must travel far back across the mountains.
I've never seen a mountain.
Well,
Neither have I. We're awfully close to the sea, but I panicked.
let's go on a little adventure then. Why not? I will show you the world, Hesper. Shining, shimmering.
She came from the mountain.
Magic.
Great.
Well, there you
Let's
go.
do it.
Aren't we just a merry band of companions?
Are we going to be friends?
When did you last let your heart decide?
Right.
Obviously recently, since you keep making out.
Your name is Finbar. You make pants. I like you. Give me a hug.
No, but
Hug him.
I appreciate it.
Come give me a...
All
It's
right.
polite.
I can see I'm not getting out of this one. Yeah.
While everyone kisses and hugs this out, now would be a good time for chat to decide what's going to happen to the first carrier of the book. What are we going to do to Kaitri? As far as boundaries go, try not to kill her off like as soon as the game starts, but if you want to, do whatever you want.
Also, thank you to Irvin Lady, donates £9. Let's give Finbar his nat ones back. Oh, I'll bring him back. We'll give him nat ones back on.
Yes. Good thing you took those underpants.
Quite.
I know, right?
Just as well I took those pair of underpants from that small boy.
If you don't, oh yes.
If I had a gold piece, Hesper. If I had a gold piece. Now.
If you don't mind, I'm going to hold on to those nat ones for Finbar for just a couple scenes.
By all
I have a
means.
good idea.
We love those.
Do
Bring it
I
on.
have more time. All right then. So why don't
Chat is
you?
going crazy.
Do you want me to poll this straight up? Or do you want to pick one?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it, since we have so many choices.
Propose.
I do reserve the right to change it a little bit if I
Yeah,
need.
of course. Yeah.
If it's not too crazy, but I'm assuming you guys set out on your adventure. It is early morning, and if you leave now, you'll only need to camp 2 or 3 times, and then you can be there at your destination.
Well, I am a ranger. It seems only appropriate, I guess, that I can help scout for us and make that travel happen.
Kaitri, there's a moving in your backpack, a little bit of wiggling where you put the book. Not like something's alive in there moving, but as if the book is writing.
She feels the movement and kind of takes off her backpack because you can't just reach back there and grab it, and pulls out the book, open, and kind of looks at it confused because she can still feel the movement in her hands. Like it feels like it's something's happening. So she just looks at the guys as like doing something, and then I guess opens up to the page wherever the writing has appeared, wherever she finds new writing.
Any page you flip open to, text, all the pages look blank. It's an empty book. And you just kind of flip to a random page somewhere in the middle. And the ink kind of fades in, almost as if someone's spilling it over the page. But words are formed. And the book tells you, leaving the city, the party noted that the fog seemed to part in front of them. In fact, they could catch glimpses of the sun overhead. Certainly, they thought, this is a good omen. Oh, how wrong they were. Not all of our esteemed company was going to reach their destination alive.
Oh, certainly.
Reads the
This is a good
information,
omen.
still unfolding the book.
What? Yeah. Not it. I don't.
Yes, I also would like to say not it, but I am fairly sure this will become true. I will come, Gava. We will pray. We will pray. Oh, great goddess! I'll flick to the page of my book. Oh, great goddess, bless this day. Keep me safe and whole, oh great goddess. Bless my path and help me to act on thy wisdom. Oh, great goddess, bless my friends and all life on this earth. Maybe this shall protect us.
Our woman.
I clap a shoulder on your back heartily.
Can you reach us back?
I shall swat.
Thank you, friend.
Fantastic. Let's see. Is chat leaning any one way, Will?
I have whispered you the answer.
Ooh.
Oh,
Dun, dun,
whisper.
dun. A little
Oh,
whisper,
my favorite.
whisper in your ear. This is an ASMR stream. I got Toleron for the host. Welcome, my friend. I think you can interpret exactly which way this growing up occurs as well, Strider.
Like he's gonna
Either
become. She's gonna become a man.
I'm not sure about that. If you mean in the I'll make a man out of you, maybe that kind of way. Maybe heights, maybe maturity,
Who knows?
Oh boy.
maybe experience.
Oof.
Okay. I'm going to work that in. I have the perfect spot. About 30 seconds from now.
Excellent.
Leaving the town of Dragonsport, the scenery very quickly becomes almost more hospitable to Hespa as the ground dries out rather quickly. The earth becomes cracked. There are puddles of bright colors, not just water, but chemicals that sit in little calderas or little hot pots or even little puddles wherever moisture is accumulated, and they stain the dirt. There's no grass that grows here, but you'll see black dirt, blue dirt. There's the occasional evergreen pine tree that dots the surrounding. But for the most part, this area is broken, barren. What one might imagine hell to be like. Of course, I am referencing my own home near Yellowstone.
Are they unnatural? Like the chemicals and stuff? Can I roll to learn more about like how they got there? Or like
Yeah, do you have nature?
I sure do.
I would sure hope so. 17. Yeah. In this kind of environment, you can expect only things that can survive the most unhospitable climate on the planet.
Okay.
But there's also geysers, thermal activity, underground magma, lava, that kind of stuff.
Okay. She looks at the group and says, I don't like this place. How far is it?
It seems rather dangerous, but don't worry. I'll protect you.
Oh, I don't need protection. I just don't.
No, you should
Does it
always
seem-
use protection. That's something I'm very clear on in my underwear line.
Yeah, she looks at Kardak and says, is this the only way through? Seems very dangerous.
It may not be the only, but it is the quickest. Now, whatever the book writes will happen. So I am voting for the quickest route to get the book destroyed, because no danger can be greater than this abomination.
Yeah, words hurt.
Right.
Kaitri, nah, since she's the one holding the book currently, you know, she's just like, let's get there as quickly as possible. I don't want anything bad to happen to any of us.
Yes, I
I'm with
care
her.
about all of
Well,
you.
speaking of bad things happening to you,
Damn it.
you are not that far into this Badlands. You guys traverse rocks, you avoid pools, and you can see steam escaping up out of the ground occasionally. Sometimes predictably and faithfully, sometimes not so. And you feel the book writing, once again, only an hour or two into your adventure.
Oh, damn it.
Are you going to look at it, or are you going to store it away? Or anything in between?
Yeah, she pulls it back out and starts, looks at it again.
We have another page. While you pull this book out, you don't notice anything different, Kaitri. Everyone else sees Kaitri growing up. She is approaching Hayes' size, actually. Not in just height, but width, girth, someone has selected her in MS Paint and is drawing the box bigger.
Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Does this happen often?
She's
This
becoming all
happened.
blocky at the edges.
When you love someone really big and they grow.
No,
This
that's
is
no,
what
that's
happens.
no,
I
no,
feel like
no. This is
it doesn't work that way. Can I roll to see if it's the book affecting it, or like, are we pretty sure it's all connected? Because
Yeah,
easy to
it's-
make the assumption.
It's certainly the book.
looks like the old Control T in drag.
Oh yeah, Control T.
She
As-
kind of looks.
Yeah, as Sir not Kardak, as Kaitri is Control T'd. She can feel her boots pressing into the ground. Maybe her perspective has shifted a little bit. She's looking eye to eye with Hayes and looking down on everyone else. And your newfound girth and weight is pressing you down into the squishy dirt here. That is also when you read the book that says, the ground started to shift underfoot. But that's certainly normal here, right? The adventurers foolishly thought. They were wrong. Death was upon them. Hot damn.
Right.
Maybe we should take the book. This is twice now on
Yes.
you.
I'm going to need Kaitri to roll a reflex saving throw.
Reflex?
Dexterity.
Okay, thank you.
Am I playing the wrong system?
Yeah. Don't worry, I do it all the time. Still upset about willpower saves.
Yeah, right.
Much better name.
14.
You're going to take only 3 damage as you can move, as the ground starts to kind of buckle, and a huge jet of water, 5 feet across, just rockets up into the sky.
Oh,
This water
dear.
is not clear. It is yellow. It is boiling. You can hear it sizzling in the air. You can hear the ground sizzling as it rains down.
I've heard about these. These are the golden showers of the Badlands.
Right. I've never been to the Badlands.
Well, I've heard that you don't eat the yellow snow of the mountains either.
Oh,
Why
no.
not?
I do have heard that one. That is
Stay
a
away.
very good wise.
Stay away from yellow. Check. Can we keep moving?
And follow the yellow brick road, I believe it was. Or maybe that was a different one. I can't remember.
Kaichi grunts, but she doesn't seem too overwhelmingly phased by this hot, gushing water, because she's used to heat. And she's still astounded by her newfound size, and she just looks down to one of the other, I think it was who, I can't remember. Someone said about swapping off the book.
Yes.
Ah, Hesper, yes.
Yes, I'll take that. And
Yeah.
Hesper kind of takes it and puts it in a side pocket pouch, you know, kind of around her waist.
Right.
Hesper, can I have you roll a spot check? You can even have advantage.
You know it.
She down and hands it to Hesper.
Now be careful with that, Hesper.
Oh.
It's. I would hate to see you grow
only
to such a.
16 the first time?
I'd hate to see you grow to such a girth.
You're expecting the... This has nothing to do with the book. This has to do with your training and your preferred enemy that your ranger likes to fight. The water is not dissipating on the ground and kind of flattening like you'd expect water to do. It's coming down in goopy chunks. Then the goopy chunks actually start moving and rolling together and coagulating.
Okay. She immediately says, "Everybody step back," and kind of like, you know, notes them and says, "It's an elemental." And she points at it forming on the ground.
A what?
An elemental!
I'm pretty sure it's a puddle.
It's elementary, dear Hayes. Come on.
Kaichi just looks at it and goes, God. I was covered in elemental goop.
Yeah, yes.
Shit.
Is
Shakes
it-
a little bit.
You know, I've got a type
Yeah,
of
how's it
underpants that will help
forming?
you in that.
yeah. We need a pair to absorb it, please.
Do we
how's it
fight it or do we run?
We fight it, you damn fool. There are women here.
Can I roll to see maybe gain some insight on how powerful it might be?
Yes, go for it.
Oh,
Damn.
damn.
Water
that dirty
elementals
20.
are one thing, but as the dwarf said, she's okay with heat and it still hurt her. It's not even the temperature. As these things kind of grow little arms and legs, there's 3 medium-sized, about the size of a dwarf, puddles that kind of start rising up out of the ground. The ground's sizzling. The grass underfoot turns black. These aren't just water elemental. They are boiling sulfur chemical elementals.
That's
This
no
whole
water
area smells like
elemental.
rotten eggs now. And yeah, rocks are melting underfoot. So be careful.
Those
Yes,
are some bad eggs.
Yeah. Step back. That is a acidy sulfuric elemental. I've never seen one. Don't touch it.
My darling, whilst it is lovely that we are getting such a history lesson right now, I draw my rapier.
You're going to fight it.
We
Try
must.
your rapier. That's an
No.
initiative check.
Ah, so
Ha-ha.
it is. To battle, my friends.
Let's do it.
16.
Oh, that is some bollocks.
Oh, no, that's my friend. Now that is some bollocks. I have seen some bollocks in my time, sir, and that looks like it. Looks like a bollock, smells like a bollock. Most likely it's bollocking.
Must be.
She's shuddering from the fact that she just got covered in atmosphere goop.
Tastes like a bollock.
Yes. Since Hespa is the one seeing these, it's only fitting that she's the one ready to go. The next, we will also have our ever-ready dwarf cleric.
Yes.
Could I actually step in and try and stop Hesper from going first?
That's between you and her.
Would you mind?
She's at ready and says, "Is there a reason?"
I just quickly say, "Oh, great goddess, bless this friend," and cast guidance on you.
Oh, that's a good reason. Yes. Yeah, she definitely pauses momentarily for that to happen.
Okay,
So-
you are blessed with guidance.
Nice. Yeah, so she's actually got the double dagger action. So she's gonna take that. First one. Second one.
Tremendous. They both hit.
Great. First round, second round. Oh, no, I hit the same one. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. It's about the same. So 7 and yeah, that's doesn't. And she also does additional damage because it's her. I don't know if I've ever played Ranger before. It's her favored.
Oh, favored enemy. I know you get advantage tracking them and that kind of stuff.
Stuff. Yeah, I don't know if there's an attack against it. So I think it's just the 2 daggers. So it's 15.
Cool. Roll a reflex saving throw for me.
Okay.
Or dexterity, yes.
Yes.
We're
Add your
playing
guidance
5e
D4.
today.
Oh, too bad I didn't get the 14.
Add your guidance D4.
Oh, and my D4, correct.
Hey yo.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
15.
Well, it's good enough. You take 2 damage. Your daggers hiss when they touch this the metal on the daggers. You deftly slice into the one closest to you of these 3 little pudgy spherical blob boys.
Blob boys.
Yes.
That is the
Yes.
name of my podcast. Pudgy spherical blob boys.
I would listen to that.
Every week on iTunes.
We get
The
flowers.
daggers rip through and come out quick enough that there's a little steam coming off of them, but they don't seem
Okay.
damaged. They could, though, if spent any longer in there.
Interesting. Okay.
These things splash when you hit them.
Oh, shit.
Sploosh.
It is boiling water that is also full of nasty shit. So the few drops you get on you instantly start biting at your skin.
Ah.
What little skin you have exposed. Your clothes seems to slow it enough that you can wipe it away quickly.
Okay.
And do you move anywhere? Do you do anything else?
Yeah. She is gonna take. Well, I guess she'll take an attack of opportunity, but she is gonna step back when she notices it splashing. She's gonna like step out of range.
You are able to step out of range just fine.
Oh, cool. Okay, great. Yeah, she's just gonna take a quick step back and maybe go a long range weapon instead of a up close and personal.
Let's go to our holy man. How do you smite these things, huh?
I think he's probably gonna. He's not gonna have much against this. I don't think he's probably just gonna sort of pray and hope that he can get the guys a bit of extra guidance. Maybe he'll use his bless spell and bless the two barbarians and Finbar to add a D4 to their next attack roll.
Works
or
for
saving
me.
throw. Yeah, so he'll like get out his prayer book again and just say a quick one, like, may this day be blessed with gifts, lessons, understanding, and friends, and everyone gets blessed.
You guys feel a warm feeling.
Hello.
Deep
Yes.
inside.
Hmm.
And speaking of warm feelings, I believe it is Finbar's turn.
Why, yes, indeed, it is. Have at ye! And I will plunge myself in towards the puddle boy, whatever you did I call them.
With your rapier?
With my rapier.
With your first natural one of the session, the rapier is swallowed up directly into this thing, and you guys hear hissing and sizzling, and if it is not grabbed within, you guys think, 5 to 6 seconds, it's probably going to no longer exist.
Would someone mind, and I never like asking this, it's always awkward, removing my sword from its place of residence?
So.
Of course.
I am the group's reacher and grabber.
Give it an old reach around then, if you don't mind.
Do you do anything? Does Finbar do anything else after that first dropping of the sword?
Bonus action, I bardically inspire haze.
Smart. How many nat ones did you have?
I have 2 more.
Okay, thank you.
And that is my turn.
Tremendous.
Didn't feel like
you had
right.
16. If I was not mistaken, that means it is actually crit dice up next.
Yeah, so with the blessing and the prayers and the inspirations, he's got to charge in there and grab this rapier for his friend.
Don't worry, I've got this. Alright, stand back.
Just gonna shove his hands in and try and grab the rapier out with
Yes.
no.
You can either roll a saving throw of the dexterity variety or the constitution variety.
I like to do Constitution because I have points in that.
That's what I was thinking. Would you rather let it hurt and grab these and burn your skin, or would you rather lose the sword and not take any damage?
Oh, no, we burn the hands. No, this is the one chance to be Finbar's true friend. We're not gonna let it slip.
Can't he add his D4s? And
Yeah, he could do that.
Oh, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, let's see your inspiration.
Gods don't like me very much.
What about your bardic inspiration?
Is that a D6? Or a D4?
What level are we against right
I think it's a D6.
Should be a D6, yeah.
I'm a little bit inspired.
18. With
That'll
18,
do it.
you're not going to take nearly as much damage as you would have.
Lovely.
2.
Yes.
The dice like you guys today.
Apparently not.
Hang on, Finbar, I'm trying. This,
Thank you, dear friend.
yes, this bitch hurts.
Right. Yes. I will
And you pass him his sword.
There
I'm
you
assuming
go.
that doesn't take any time.
grab it with a flourish. Thank you, Squire.
I need Hespa's AC. These elementals rush or waddle, more likely. They're pretty slow.
Yeah.
Past
15.
everyone. 15?
Yep.
They go past everybody with their sights set only on Hespa.
Damn it, I knew I should have blessed Hesper.
She says, she's kind of ready still with both daggers because she hasn't pulled her bow out yet, and says, "You want me? Come get me."
If you die, I get the panties back.
They're wrapped around a book at the moment.
Your knowledge of these creatures actually does help you. You can kind of predict how they're going to move, how they're going to act. But you're not expecting the one to come up from behind.
It's always from behind.
They came from behind.
And you take 10 damage as you feel the skin on your lower back start bubbling and burning through your clothes as this thing is running out, just trying to give you a hug. That's all it's trying to do.
Stranger danger, she says out loud as it scalds her back. She kind of yells it, says, "No, don't touch me."
Onto our giant midget.
I know better than any. That is a crime.
She, yeah, why not? Adding the fact that one of her party members is now being extremely hurt, she rages, and then I guess, relentless attacks. Since I'm a level 5, I do get 2 attacks, both with advantage on the one that is hugging, Hespa.
Huzzah.
Yep. Let's see him.
Oh, 1.
Oh.
Oh,
man.
No.
Bet you wish you had these pants now.
You have advantage, so you're not just gonna throw your axe inside of the creature, luckily.
Thank God. And then it's 10 and 19.
Okay, roll the damage for the 19. The 19 hits.
6.
Then I'm sure you have like strength and stuff that gets added to that as well, correct?
I think it's already added in. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
just bad luck today.
Yeah, it's not liking me today, I tell you.
Okay, I will allow you to roll a Constitution saving throw as the first hand axe, it makes contact, but this thing just splashes out at you.
18?
That is damn good.
For once.
You will take 4 damage, despite your fantastic roll. The dice are against you. Oh, man.
God damn.
Yeah.
That is just soaking your weapon-wielding arm in this boiling water.
Yeah, she attacks with both axes, so she has 2 hand axes.
That's the first one. That's the one that doesn't work very well. It gets splashed. It seeps through the armor. It seeps through the clothes. Whatever you do have on the mithril. It's able to sink right down to the skin and starts sizzling. And we are back at the top of the round. Hespa, it is your turn again.
Okay, she is unhappy about the burning back action, so she is going to whip around and attack the one that attacked her, and then she's going to use, or she has Horde Breaker, which allows her to take a additional attack on one within 5 feet.
Tremendous.
Yes, that is the plan. Oh. So the first one misses, but the second one hits.
Correct.
And there is 8 piercing to 1. The first one, and last attack is 24. Yes.
Sick.
And she does another 8.
Nailing it.
Boom, boom.
The first one, not as flat as a puddle as spilling water on the ground, but in an inch or two of yellow jelly, just kind of wiggles and vibrates and collapses into itself. And it just sits there kind of wiggling. Doesn't move, doesn't come forward towards you anymore. Just enjoying the dirt.
Great.
Still sizzling. Still scorching the ground, but not moving.
She like spits on it and says, "I hate elementals."
Feeling hot.
And do dexterity as you attacked this second one.
Oh, right. Oh, yes.
Oh me, oh my.
Oh me, oh my, a 23.
Oh, goodness. The 23 is fantastic.
We like fantastic. Oh.
You take 3 damage.
Fantastic.
Okay, I can deal with that. Okay, great.
Holy boy.
Hello.
Unless you had any other movements or anything you're going to do. You're kind of surrounded right now.
Yeah, she's gonna stay in combat.
So seeing his friends getting encountered by elementals, Kardak's gonna try and take a more direct approach. So we've still got the elemental. Sorry, is the elemental behind Hesper down or?
Yeah, she's fighting 2 in front of her now.
Okay, so we're going to take the one closest to Kardak, and he's going to say a quick, may my energy be a gift to all of that I meet, and he's going to cast Sacred Flame, which will require a dexterity saving throw.
Yes, I feel the energy.
Yeah, I feel the power.
Oh, I feel the energy,
Yeah.
Sacred Flame is one of my favorite spells in 5th edition, and they failed, I'm assuming, with an 11.
So,
Seven damage. Not bad. Not bad for a priest.
You hit the first one and just light it up with a bright, holy flash. And this is the one that's already been damaged by Hespa. And there's more hissing and a high-pitched squealing as it, again, kind of deflates into this weird flan on the ground.
excellent. And then as a
one left.
bonus action, he's going to gesture with his hand, if possible.
Yeah.
And create a spiritual weapon between the second elemental and Hesper, which would be the spiritual weapon spell. And I can make a melee attack through it.
Ooh.
Not now, obviously, because I've only just created it, but it's there between the two.
Okay. And Finbar is next, and you have your weapon back again.
Aha! Now it's back in my hands. Fear not, I will smite this last creature for you all. And I'll swipe in towards it.
Channeling your inner Rurik there.
Channeling my inner Rurik. I do have 2 nat 1s left. If you wish to use them here, you can hold on to them, of course, Strider.
I'm gonna hold on to him.
Alright. Okay. That's what I give it a choice there. So that'll be natural 20.
Damn, you're making up for this, man.
Yeah, I really am. Don't call it a comeback. And I deal 14 damage to the creature.
Oh, very nice, Unibar.
Thank you.
With a nat 20, you are deft, and you realize attack it from far away, lean in, eviscerate it, step back, you don't get splashed on.
No splashback. That's my forte. And I look over the party. Now that we've dispatched of these creatures, perhaps we can move on to our day.
Yes, I would like that.
Yes.
Very much.
We should make haste.
Hespa, you can roll me a spot check with advantage.
Done and done.
Or perception, I think, in this game.
Correct.
Thank goodness for that advantage, huh?
Yes. Yes, thank goodness.
You saw rippling, coagulating balls of sulfuric acid just moments before.
That could have gone one of 2 ways.
When these 3 corpses start to merge into one big, undulating blob of sulfur on the ground, you know exactly what's happening.
She says they're not, and she just like points and like yells at it. Should we run or do you want to attack it?
I've got
I
this
am
one.
game for running.
I agree with the priest.
Are we running?
Are we
I haven't got to hit anything.
see, Vespa's so torn because this is her like, she kills elementals. That's what she does.
Whilst that is one very large, rippling, coagulating ball there, Hesper, as much I'd love to discuss its facets with you, let us run because it's going to kill us all.
Yeah, she weighs the book or this elemental, and which is more important in the grand scheme of things. And she's like,
the book, and she like touches it on her side and begins to run off in the opposite direction.
Let us all hold hands and run away together.
For everyone,
Yeah.
for everyone who is running, I would like an athletics check.
Oh, okay.
I bet you would.
I
That's-
guess I better participate.
That's a 15. So it really is a participation that matters, Hayes. Come on. There you go.
So you had a negative.
Wow, we did pretty well there, gang.
So,
Everyone does well enough. This thing is lumbering behind you. It grows to the size of a small barn. And you guys are just noping out of there amongst the evergreen trees. Yards behind you, a football field or two back, you see giant hands gripping the tops of trees and pine needles just withering and turning black. Rapid oxidation falling to the ground. Trees parting. But you guys can easily outrun this thing because just like its tiny versions, it is very slow.
I'm so upset by all this.
It's okay. We're
Like, let me just, somebody tell me to
Keep
keep
running,
running. Somebody tell me to keep running.
keep running.
going.
Have the book done anything else while we were fighting?
You guys can all get to
man.
a safe area, far enough away that you think you have a minute to catch your breath and regroup. And when you do, Hesper can feel the book just ever so
Damn it.
slightly wiggling and moving.
It's doing the old wiggly. The old wiggly woo, the old 1 2 up the wazoo. Hesper, best.
I don't even know what you just said. Should we open it?
You'll find
That's
out
what-
soon enough. Yes. Take a take a look.
She says, oh boy, the half-elf fought valiantly against the boiling elementals because that's what they do, isn't it? I am an elf and I live a long time and fight things. Quote, unquote. Super original character, super fun. She was really shifting some, I can't read the last one.
Paradigms.
Paradigms.
That's what it says. But some paradigms. I didn't say that. I am an elf and I live a long time and fight things. That doesn't sound like me.
It
Ah.
sounds exactly like it. Oh,
Does,
never mind.
does sound a lot like you.
He
Sound
literally
like
just
me.
say it. So.
And then her mind's blown. I didn't just say it. She like slams the book closed and tucks it back in her pocket. This is evil.
Right. Sensing a she's crazy. Okay. Well, I guess we might as well still go on. Might still be worth it, I guess.
Yes.
The world. So yeah, it's probably important that we do.
Yeah, I guess.
Please. Does there seem to be a clear path? Like we still are on track even though we were running?
Actually, to the contrary, it sounds more
Damn it.
Damn,
like
why
some
did
kind
you
of
ask?
survival check.
Should have kept my mouth shut.
Who
Okay,
wants
go
to try
ahead.
to find? Who wants to
take
try to
that.
find the way?
I'll do it. I'm an expert tracker.
Hey,
We all roll for it. We're all looking for it now.
we'll go in
This
separate
way.
directions.
It's this way. I know it. It's this way. Follow me.
This is, yes. No, it's this way.
Listen, I know this woods. It's like the back of me hand. It's this way.
Hayes, we're not in the
Oh.
woods, dear friend.
Oh, that's right. What is this?
This is the Badlands. Don't worry. We'll take you home. Hesper, this way, you say?
This way.
Putting
This-
your heads together,
There
Hespa and
Something like that.
putting your heads together, Kardak and Hespa can realize they need to go that way, which wasn't too far off, but that is certainly the way you need to go.
Yes, we can't go down into the center of the earth, you see, Hayes. We have to walk along it.
Correct. This direction, in fact.
Yes, this brings back memories. I'm sure I saw these on the way down.
Well, that's good,
Maybe.
because you're supposed to be leading the way.
Right, this is, in fact, the one job that you had to do,
We're
Karnak.
trusting you. No, he's also there to say prayers to make sure we're protected.
He's not paid for that.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, I am much better at that, though.
I'm
well,
not
right.
even paid.
Perhaps you should reconsider your career. Now, let us be on our way.
You guys can march until the sun starts going down. The Minecraft biomes load and change, and you find yourself soon.
I take my diamond pickaxe and attack the zombie.
Diamond weapons, yes. I am not having flashbacks.
Not at all. Not at all.
Getting to a grassland area, the ground becomes less cracked. The pine trees kind of increase in density. You get a little more undulation to the ground. You can spy some small foothills. And, of course, a fine blanket of snow coats everything. And we will join the group after hiking all day at sundown.
Oh.
Having some decisions of where to stay, if to keep moving, that kind of thing.
Oh. Well, Hesper's never seen snow.
Well, this, my dear, is snow.
She picks it up and is just kind of staring at it. How do you stay dry in all of this?
Well,
this is new to Kaitri as well.
I have a special pair of underwear that keep all women completely dry.
It is a tandem pair, tandem undies.
Tandem. Okay. Can we find cover? Is there anywhere? You said it's like a planar area.
Though some say my mere presence is enough.
Yeah. When I'm fully dry.
that is a relief. Praise the gods for small mercies.
Your secrets.
Anyone that is inclined to can roll either a spot or survival to try to find good campsites.
I'm great at survival. I'm doing that.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you? Are you sure?
Yes.
20. 32.
Oh man, nice.
Okay. A new perspective higher up certainly helps you find the best place to stay. You are used to looking at things from the ground, but now high up here, that place over there, and you can describe to me what kind of cover, what kind of campsite that you discover. What's it look like?
I find a circular clearing. There's quite a few bit trees and rocks that would be able to provide adequate cover for some of the smaller folk. There are at least a couple of really, really big, thick, like oak trees that I can notice that would provide adequate cover for the rest of us that aren't, or the newly giant and the newly big person, and then other people. But there is a space big enough for everyone to be able to set up either like a couple of tents nicely and comfortably, and have place for like maybe a small fire or something like that of that nature.
Tremendous. Works for me. That works for everyone else. Does anyone else have anything to add? Anything you're doing outside of just setting up tents and a fire?
I will arrange a little two-person tent over here, and just warm by the fire, lay a few flowers down and the like, and just settle in for the night.
Two-person tent. I love it. I'm sleeping in it.
Hayes, you are free people at the best of times.
I've got it. It's all right. It's all right.
The structural integrity of this tent is not such which will allow you inside of it.
So, fearing the book, Kardak's going to be wandering around. He's going to light his censer and be like swinging smoke everywhere and saying prayers and completely ruining Finbar's romantic scenery by like walking through the flowers with his censer, like saying, "Oh, blessed be the mother, the night is her body, and the stars are the jewels in the sky," like, and like all of this sort of thing. And
your people do not possess the language of love, do they?
Kaitri's gonna look over to Hespa and she's looking at Hespa a bit concerned now. She only had the book for a little bit, and it seems like that Hespa's had the book a little bit longer than her now, and she is like, you might want to change off with someone on the book. You've had it longer than me, and look what's happened. Nothing's happened to you yet, but I fear what may happen.
I should also note that your mithril armor is more of a crop top now.
Mithril chain crop top. Fun.
Stylish. So she listens to you say all this as she actually climbs the nearest tree. She doesn't come from a place with trees, and so the idea of sleeping off the ground and like having a view of the area seems pretty interesting to her. So she watches you guys like set up your tents and stuff, and then she climbs a tree and like picks a branch to kind of chill for the night.
Get it,
but she looks down and says, well, I have had it a while. Maybe we should heed the warning and trade it again.
Yes, I will take it. I will wrap it in my vestments and lay my holy relics on it, and hopefully this will contain the effects.
That sounds promising. And she kind of like drops the book down to you from the branch.
So he immediately takes it. He removes his vestments, which is a rare thing, wraps the book in it, and then puts like his little golden necklace of a golden bridge on top and says a quick prayer of, seal this evil Brigantia.
I have 2 questions for you all then.
Oh, no.
The first question is, what kind of culinary fare are you eating tonight to keep up your energy?
Oh.
Are you cooking things over the fire? Do you have small rations? And the second question is, as soon as the necklace touches the vestments that are covering the book, you can feel a moving, a wiggling inside of your vestments. And after I hear the food, do you open it?
Yeah, Hespa pulls out from her bag just some like dry rations. It almost looks like beef jerky, but it's actually like giant lizard jerky because that's the desert, right? And she's kind of like gnawing on this like strange like green and yellow spotted like jerky in the tree.
Yum.
I will.
Yes.
Will, that's one for guess what you had for lunch.
Right, yes. Wow, in England
Lizard jerky.
we do have spotted dick over here in the UK, which is food. So there you go.
I know.
If no one's paying too much attention to Kardak when he does this prayer, he's not going to tell anyone, and he's not going to open the book. He's just going to let it write and see if the effects still happen. But he's not going to tell anyone this.
I am gonna be cooking some. I'm gonna be doing s'mores on a campfire tonight. Just me and Hayes in our tent together. Some hot chocolate,
We'll
maybe.
out a little s'more.
Excuse me.
Can I roll, I'm guessing perception or spot to see if I can see the book checking? Like this writing?
Yeah, it's going to be incredibly difficult, but you can.
Alright.
I want to
Want
be
me
in
to
the
roll
middle.
disadvantage then?
No, I'm just setting the DC really high.
Okay, cool. No, that.
He's holding it and moving, and his vestments are being wrapped up around it. There's a necklace, and it's such a tiny thing. Even if you were holding it, you're not sure if you'd see anything. You can
cool.
feel it.
She just pulls like I don't know, a small container that has ale in it, and then some other provisions that she's packed for her journey, and just goes by the fire and sits eating.
Well,
Okay,
I'm going to
works for me.
get these s'mores and go to bed. So I'll see you all in the morning.
Hespa is gonna actually kind of, since she's got the view, she'll take maybe like a first watch for the group and try to stay awake a little bit to check that. And so I'm gonna roll a perception just to see what I see.
24.
What do my elf eyes see?
My God.
You have tremendous timing because you spot a procession. There's little lanterns on a not too far away foothill, about halfway up. They come around the corner. You see one little light which catches your attention. Then 2, 3, 4. They walk 10, 20 yards further and stop. You can't quite make out what it is, just little lights on the hill. And then suddenly, all the lights douse. They all go out.
Oh, just, question. Is it normal for lights to appear and then disappear here?
Isn't that the nature of lights?
No, I mean a procession of them in the forest, just here and there.
Kaitri looks up to her and she looks a bit confused and then goes, "No? Why?"
'Cause I saw some yonder, and they are no more.
I'll go have a look. It's all right. I got this. It'll be nothing. It's probably glowworms that fly.
It's dark, yeah? Like real dark, other than our campfire?
Yeah, it's like nighttime now.
I
Okay.
have dark vision, so
do you?
I will go with yes.
Hesper gets his gut feeling. We should douse our fire.
Yes, put it out, you fools, put it out.
I was going to go to the latrine anyway, but okay.
That's one way to do it, I suppose.
So yeah, she kind of hops down from the tree and starts like trying to cover the fire, as maybe not to give our position away in case it's not friendly. Whoever is out there in the yonder.
The great beyond.
And who is going how far away from camp to investigate?
I'm rather cozy here.
I will, because I do have dark vision.
Okay.
And I have the intelligence to go as far as I need to.
Yes, and
You
Hayes
two-
knows the woods.
You two leaving the camp can roll perception checks for me.
Cool.
Lovely. What could possibly go wrong? Ooh.
Yeah, 20.
Oh, you did.
Baby.
Oh, yeah.
I perceive all of the things that need perceiving, apparently.
Those critties are out.
Okay, you walk not too far away from camp then. You're still within 1 to 2 rounds of getting to camp. When you notice the grass around you starts shaking, it's now on you, probably only thigh-high, knee-high grass. There's something moving in the grass, and it splits up. There's multiples of whatever this is. You do spy with a nat 20, a pair of underwear bobbing up and down in the grass.
Hang on.
There's little orange tufts sticking out
No.
of the left leg hole, the right leg hole.
Oh, God, no.
But with a nat 20, you are soon able to realize that isn't hair, and it's actually not a child. It's something else moving in the grass.
That's not hair.
So if we're 2 rounds within moving from camp, I'm guessing we're about 70-ish feet out of camp.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. She. Ooh, like, oh boy. Probably can't hide with her newfound height. She would know how to hide.
We did send the 2 biggest people, didn't we?
Yeah, you did.
Hello, is anyone out there?
She kind of looks to this guy beside her, and she goes, "That looks like Dax, but it's not him. I think we should go alert the others that something's coming, possibly something evil."
No, it's all right. You can go back. I'm really good at public relations.
Oh, okay. I'll go with the others. If anything, yell if you need us.
Okay.
And then she just dashes off back to camp to explain to everyone what's going on.
Oh my
Here
god.
comes-
You can roll in athletics as the grass to your left and right is parting as you move.
Son, how about another nat 20? God.
Woo!
You are there instantaneously. Your new legs are fantastic. You're just, whoop. You guys, something's coming. A bunch of things are trying to surround the camp. You know that. As for Hayes out here with this little orange thing, this thing doesn't dip and duck and dive and dodge in the grass. This thing approaches you. And maybe 5-6 feet away, it stands up on its hind legs. And you see, does Hayes have any kind of dark vision?
Yes.
Then you can perfectly see 2 enormous slitted eyes looking up at you, a little pink button nose, and some pretty torn up trousers and a little shirt. There's some kind of feline creature that stands about 3.5 feet tall. Its little tail is wagging. It's wearing a very torn up pair of Finbar underwear on his head. And he is trying to give you the cute eyes. He's just looking up at you.
The villain.
Begging.
Can I make an animal handling check?
Yeah.
As I approach, just say, hello. It's all right. I don't want him.
Oh.
Not bad. Maybe.
You are huge, and it kind of gets down really small as you kind of like reach a hand forward, but it doesn't go to run. If you touch it, it is soft but patchy. Patches of hair are falling out. It's pretty emaciated. And you can also spy, getting this close and letting it sniff your hand, it is wearing a platter on its chest, like a breastplate, and it has a rolling pin tucked into its pants, like some kind of sword.
You says adorable and I love you. Will you be my friend?
Friend feeds.
Feeds. Yes, I'm hungry. I want another s'more. Do you have any?
Friend feeds. Cats feed. Meow.
Yes.
Meow.
Okay. Just as far as my oh, that's a big word. Do you want to come to camp? would you like to
Yes,
come?
food. Food,
Okay.
fire.
Yeah, you come to camp. You behave. You just behave. And-
He drops down on all fours and walks beside you and lets you lead the way to camp.
To the camp.
You guys don't see this happening. Your camp is being surrounded, and you see little reflective orbs in the grass surrounding you. There's probably about 10 creatures staring in at camp.
How big are these lights? You mentioned that they're
They
like
were-
glowy things?
They were carrying lanterns, but when they saw your campfire, they doused them up on the hill.
See, and these are humanoid-looking things?
Yeah, they're about 3.5 feet tall, covered in patchy hair. They are some
God.
gross half-breed between domesticated house cats and maybe goblins, maybe halflings, who knows.
Oh,
Night
God.
of the Living Pygmies.
Oh boy.
Everyone, I
we-
met a new friend.
Oh,
I
God.
call him Mal.
Well, put him in a chair.
Friend? And
Chair-
she looks at this
chairman
cat
now.
thing you walk into camp with?
Yes, friend.
Are these all friends as well?
Oh, yes. Very nice. Very polite.
We have no underwear here. I don't carry any on me. The stock is back in the city. If you're looking to rob us, you should go back there.
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. They're very nice.
Roll a
Very-
charisma check for me.
Oh.
All right. 20.
Oh.
This thing stands up on its hind legs and it dusts off its pants. And it has a big hole in its shirt and it kind of tries to hide it. And friend, food, feed, eat.
Oh.
Ah.
It needs food.
We, my friends,
yeah.
yes, we have food. We have s'mores.
Yes. And look, I even have a new pair of pretty underwear. And she pulls out the pair that Finbar gave her and go, do you want a new pair?
Do I? Fine.
Icon has foods.
Oh, and she gives him lizard jerky and a pair of underwear.
Can't eat the pants, Jasper.
He cups his little gloved paws to his mouth and screams out into the night. Okay, call off the attack. They're fine. They're friendly. They're gonna feed us.
Excuse me. What do you mean attack?
And all the other cats start walking in. They are.
He's going to hurt us, Hayes.
How do we have enough rations to feed all of these?
We don't have any Russians, but we do
We
have
small
some
and
food.
turkey.
I
We
think you're German. And
yeah, I mean, she's got a chunk of lizard turkey. What's the worst that could happen? She like starts ripping it into pieces. And how many of these little critters are there?
There's a total of about 10, and you're being bumped into, completely surrounded.
Oh.
And they're talking and letting out little gross noises. Just
You are.
she has food. Nice lady, beautiful lady. Meow.
Yeah, I start like kind of passing it out. I take the piece I have and rip it into 10 pieces for the critters.
do you have a leader, a chairman, Mao, perhaps? One of
Will, you son of a bitch! There's one later than named Chairman Mao. Damn it!
I'm ahead of the game.
Ruining all of the things.
Reading those.
So I'm going to take this opportunity, like, he's been setting up a little lectern out of sticks and stuff, and he's going to take the opportunity to teach the Mao people about the benefits of not having food and letting the Lord's light fill your tummies itself. Like, the Lord will, the lady, she will serve your stomachs forevermore if you praise her. And
Beautiful
so on and so
lady,
forth.
pointy ears. Yes, food. Correct.
No, oh, never mind.
Usually how it goes.
Roll does it seem like they're like sickly? Is that why they're like patched? They're first patchy? I feel so bad for
They're
them.
very hungry. They do not get much food out here.
Oh, so they're just like okay, but
kinda
there's
like a
nothing
shitty
nothing's
place.
afflicted them.
Not necessarily.
Just hungry little cat goblins.
Yeah, meow. That's all I got. That's all the lizard I have.
Cleric, some of your order know how to conjure food and the like.
Oh yes.
Perhaps you could fill their bellies with some real food and not that prattle that you keep giving off to them about some god or goddess.
Pretzel, ha! Ha! Oh, good one, good joke. No, I cannot create food.
Then why are you here? I say.
Because he's leading us where we're going. Speaking of,
Oh, yes.
Mr. Kitty Cat, I don't know. Do you have a name? Do you call yourself something?
I'm Ron.
Of course you are.
Nice to meet you, Ron.
You remind me of a friend of mine named Daz. Dax, or whatever his name is.
Yes, we are simply passing through, headed to see this. We're just headed through. Is there a faster way than through this desolate place?
Where are you going?
Where are we going, Card?
Yes,
Yes,
where are we
we
going,
going?
Kardak?
We need to go north, past around the mountain, and then to the city of Argentina.
Right.
We're
What
going-
he said.
To Argentina.
Oh,
Shortcut.
well, I do suppose since you're being my new friends and feeding us, it's only fair if I try to help. The People City. Yes, it's big and spooky, and they chase you with brooms there. So first off, I wouldn't suggest going there at
sounds
all.
like the place, yes.
That's the one.
They chase
I
you
wouldn't
with
suggest
broom.
going there at all.
The very
I don't
same.
like it.
Do they do things other than broom chasing?
What
Is
else?
that why?
They
What
leave big alabaster cans full of food in the street, but you're not allowed to touch it until the garbage man comes and collects it.
More about the brooms. What do they do with them? Specifically
They
the women.
smack you with them and they say, "Shoo, get out of here, you
Oh, I
mangy
see.
thing."
You're trying to eat the trash, and then they hit you with the broom.
No,
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 that's
they,
not-
they keep their food outside in cans.
Right.
It's terribly backwards.
Right. Well, can you point us to this strange place? That is where we're headed. Is there like a shortcut?
He will set you up so no survival checks are needed tomorrow. you'll be headed in the right direction. Or at least what this cat thinks is the right direction.
Thank you, good friend, Ron.
Yes,
Ron is good friend.
yes.
Well-
Well, we need to get some sleep because we just happened to find an acid elemental of some kind. And I could use some sleep. Last time I checked, Finball had extra room in his tent. You should snuggle.
Have you
They're
seen?
fine.
Yes, everyone in the tent,
Have you
come
s-
with me.
Have you
in
seen
we
how
go.
large that tent is? It's not bigger on the inside, you know.
It's fantastic.
You know, I can change my mind about people, Hesper. I can.
Look how cuddly they are.
Most of the
Finbar,
cats
come
seem
in.
extremely sleepy after getting some kind of food.
Aww.
Most of them are just like collapsing in the dirt around the fire pit.
Fine, it's Singapore, this whole thing.
Yeah. Vespa takes a tree again, or Hespa takes a tree again, and finds a comfy place there for the night.
Come on,
A few
Ron.
of the cats prefer to sleep around you because you're the one giving out lizard meat.
Yeah. I'll take those cats.
I'll
So,
take the
like,
next
all
one.
the cats are now asleep. Then Kardak will sort of. So do we actually stay and rest here, or do we leave these things here and move on?
I don't believe that there was any form of subtlety or deception going on when Hesper spoke of those cats. No. I think that we stay with them. And to be fair, they have given us directions on the next day, more so than certain other members in our party.
Hespa does sit up and go, keep the book close. She like whispers.
Yes, keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Morning
He does.
comes quickly if you guys are ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
The
so.
only thing
More than ready.
The only thing of note during the night are strange dreams. They come to Kardak specifically. In the middle of the night, you find yourself in a black abyss. There are creatures moving about you made out of shadow. You can't really make anything out about them. They're huge, grabbing hands, clawed maws, fanged maws, clawed hands. But they just blend into the blackness. From behind them, you can spy the book. Just when these silhouettes move out of the way for a split second. And suddenly, the sky is bisected. There's a shining white light coming from the exact opposite direction of the book. It cuts the horizon in half, and you are standing 1 foot in the blackness, 1 foot in the light. And there is a woman's voice that comes calling out to you. Quietly at first, but it grows in intensity. Kardak. Kardak.
And Kardak, in his dream, would try and move towards the voice or answer it. Yes.
This book. You know not to trust it, but it's doing more than testing you. It has an agenda. It's not doing this for fun.
What is his agenda?
The book is hidden in the darkness. We cannot tell. But beware of your traveling members. One of them is not who they appear to be. One of them cannot be allowed to set foot within the city. You must root out the evil before the book gets to where it wants to go. Beware, Kardak.
And he will say, bless you, Brigantia. And I assume, wake up a little more suspicious of his party members.
You wake up in the morning, everybody, all at once, to shaking ground, dirt clods colliding with the tops of the tents. And I will need a reflex save from Hespa in her tree. Everyone else wakes up. You see the book. Kardak is lying on the floor of your tent, opened, not with any vestments on it whatsoever.
The book, Kardak. What have you been doing, you old fool?
We told you to keep it safe.
Yes, we told you to keep it secret.
I did nothing. It seems to have moved.
Well,
It said
nothing.
something.
Nothing seems to be exactly what you've been doing this whole time.
You guys are, I'm assuming, are sleeping kind of independently, but you can hear
Well.
cats screaming and fleeing in all directions.
Wait,
I need a reflex save from Hespa. I said that. I need a will save first from Finbar, which I'm going to use your nat 1 on.
Oh.
And then I need a constitution save directly after from Finbar, which I'm going to use your other nat 1.
Hey, there it is. I'm not feeling quite so well, friends.
We will see what Finbar is up to in just a moment. But the ground is shaking, and what did you get on that dexterity save? 18? Your tree that you are sleeping in is being entirely uprooted. It is lifted up out of the ground. Chunks of dirt are going flying everywhere. And you see a giant scaled hand pushing over the tree that you were staying in, like it was a pencil on a desk.
Oh, can I make an insight on that? Like, do I know what it is? Can I?
Insight or nature?
Ooh, higher on insight. Yeah, glad I gave it insight.
That's not good.
You see shimmering bright green scales.
Huh. Okay.
As you kind of, you're able to get to the ground safely, you land on the ground. You see a giant quadrupedal thing moving past you with wings and horns and a long tail. This thing's a dragon.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh,
What
we
is-
should
what-
make friends with it.
What is
No,
it,
Jack.
Hespa?
No.
Shh. She says, and we don't know what's happened to Finbar yet, right? Like this is just like she's like in a tree, just like hanging on for dear life.
Yes.
Okay.
Kardak, the book is writing furiously, and it's just splayed out on your floor. It's moved itself from the vestments. The current passage says, "Certainly, thought the foolish adventurers, a magic book that knows everything couldn't have warned us about these dangers. Good thing we didn't think to actually read the book. Not like we could have avoided this or anything, because, as we all know, the adventurers were stupid."
I tried.
This is
I've been not
very
very talented.
insulting book. Is it
So,
just it sounds like a high schooler.
Did it call
Right.
us adventurers? I like that part.
It also called us stupid.
Well,
I passed my
I'm-
third day of preschool.
my dear, I've
I
been
know
called.
colours and
The-
shapes.
My lord.
The words are being written on the other page. That's on the left. On the right, they appear as this hectic, the ground's shaking, your tents flapping now. The Broken Chronicler had learned from the party. The Broken Chronicler decided to be altruistic as well. Let's feed all of the wild, hungry creatures.
This is strange, but at the same time, book. I'm looking for someone to write my memoirs. If I carry you around for some time, do you think that maybe we could figure out some kind of deal here? Very good writing. I
Can
like
we? Oh, I would like to make a
altruistic.
hide, like
Good word.
yes, I'd like to hide. There's
Roll a
dragon.
hide check.
Yeah, I would
Stealthy-
definitely like to
stealthy
be.
You know,
super stealthy.
usually it's best not to say, "I would like to hide,"
would
before
like
you
to
start
do that.
hiding, Hesper. One becomes aware that one is about to hide.
Your feet touch the ground, and it is not solid dirt. You land into bushes and plants. You see that the entire ground has been replaced with shrubbery, with bush, as far as the eye can see. And they are very fragrant. They are literally growing cooked steaks and meats and hams off of the bush. Literally out to as far as you can see. You are in a sea of meat bushes, and this dragon is just shoving its face full of all of this cooked meat that the landscape has become.
So Kardak will quite loudly say, I believe the dragon is distracted. We can get away.
She goes,
It's this. Why are there meat
Hesper,
bushes
it's the
everywhere?
morning. We don't have to be quiet anymore.
It's the dragon.
She keeps like don't.
It's a big lizard.
Oh, she
We're gonna have some fun.
she
Wait,
Lots of lizard turkey, I suppose.
I'm
guess-
hungry.
We did complete the long rest, though, correct?
Yeah, you guys got a full night's sleep. Everyone kind of like bursts out into the clearing around that big circular campsite. Everyone, you can kind of make quick eye contact, at least before heads peek below bushes, except for Finbar. His tent is closed up and he's nowhere to be seen.
Somebody check on Finbar.
Oh, Finbar.
Yes, yeah, I could go over there and check.
Finbar, where's some pants? He seems to be attracted to them. I'll take mine off. Sign him.
No, man.
Not again.
Hespa jumps down from the tree she's kind of been finding a place to hide in and goes over to the tent and warily unzips it.
Finbar can be seen face first on the floor of the tent. He's trying to push himself up, but he can't. His skin is looking positively blue.
Finbar, are you okay?
No, I think I ate some bad s'mores.
Are you?
Patrick goes over with her in case something something bad is going on with him.
I'm feeling positively blue, double D.
Can I roll something to figure out what ails him?
Yes.
He done been smurfed. That's what's happening.
Maybe I'm gonna roll maybe a medicine, or is it more magic?
I am a nice DM, so you can do either.
Okay.
Perfect. You run in, you flip him over onto his back. There is a large protrusion in the center of his back.
Okay.
That makes him a little off balance, and his skin is blue. He has slits down his throat, which are gasping for air, but he looks like he's suffocating.
What can I get you? He's changed form.
Am I still beautiful, Hesper?
Kaitri has experienced with transformations of similar varieties before, so I think like with the point she kind of knows what he needs, because I'm assuming these very obviously look like gills.
They are gills, yes.
Yeah, they are. I know that. So she is. Do you want me to roll in nature? See if there's any water around that maybe we could shove him into.
Yeah. You can roll a spot check, I suppose.
Hesper. Hesper.
Perception, correct?
Yes, I'm right here.
If he dies,
No.
can I eat him? Because technically a fish.
I'm not dying.
No.
There is absolutely no water anywhere
Oh
even
my
close
God.
to nearby.
And it says, so what are you looking for? He needs water. And I go to do I have anything like I don't know, like a water skin or something that's got water in it?
I'm sure you're a ranger and you've been
Just like-
trekking across the desert. I'm sure you have a little water.
Dumping
he-
water on Finbar.
He holds up a hand. The wine! The wine!
What? He wants wine. And I look. Does he have things on his person? I can also take like his
I
items.
definitely have a wine skins on me.
So I'm dumping wine and water dually on the gasping Finbar. Is this that book again? Is this the book's fault? And I look at the cleric and the book. Read it.
So I say,
Read a book.
ha 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 ha! Get it? Do you get it? He's Finbar, because you know the Finns.
It's actually
Are
quite
you
funny.
taking the piss?
It's actually quite
No,
funny.
this is what the book says.
Despite the
Can
situation, I appreciate the humor.
can I like cast Lesser Restoration on Finbar and restore him to? Will that work? Should I try it anyway? I'll try it. So he'll say.
You can try
let's-
like some kind of knowledge check or like a religion check or something to see if you think that would work at this point.
Oh, I need
You're gonna need something with a little more kick, something closer to a greater restoration. Finbar, go ahead and roll Constitution for me.
Oh,
You're getting
God.
water thrown in your face.
Just gonna.
No.
Finbar's flopping like a flounder up on the shore.
Yeah, I'm like a beached whale right now.
So I've never seen a fish before. Is this what normally happens?
Yeah, one quick swipe of the head, he's out, and then...
No, don't kill it. Oh, I have an idea. What if we just have the book write something else? Maybe it will just cancel out the fin form.
Give it what it wants. Give it what it wants.
Right in the book.
No. Ask it to try again.
I do
Ding
not
bell.
think we should be casting bargains with
Say
the
sorry.
end of the world.
Say
I'll
sorry
do
to
it.
the
I'll do
book.
it. Look, watch this. Hand me the book. I got it.
And
Don't give him the. Don't give him the book.
Like, I am not sure.
Listen, mate. It's absolutely fine. Just tell me.
What kind of cleric are you? You're the worst cleric. I hate you.
I'm either gonna eat it or I'm gonna eat the book.
I blame you, cleric. I blame you.
I would like to go over and take the book from him and open it and talk to the book. I'm talking to the book.
You can either let her take it, or you guys can roll some contested rolls. It's up to you.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and hold on to it.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
What are you rolling for this?
Let's just do strength then.
Oh Lord. Coming for you.
Oh.
You guys rolled like inverse rolls.
Awesome.
As you take the book from him, again, more words appear on pages.
See, I told you something else would appear. The broken chronicler was perfectly content, just observing the party and watching. Always watching. Mr. Broken Chronicler, I would like to speak with you. Just a moment. Our friend here is suffocating because he has gills. Leave the fin, take the gills. That still qualifies, right? Like,
Roll a charisma check.
This isn't helping. God damn.
The first roll of the day.
No, not the first roll of the day.
Of my day.
True.
Oh, that's, yeah, 9.
Nothing
Yay.
happens. It just says that it is perfectly content the way things are.
Okay.
Finbar, you feel a little bit better getting water splashed in your gills. You can... It's weird. You can breathe in. You can gasp. It hurts like hell. But you're feeling a little less lightheaded, and you can kind of get to your feet now. But there is a giant clawed hand trying to knock the tent aside now.
Oh, Hayes, can you grab him? And we're gonna run.
I can breathe.
Okay.
I can breathe.
Finbar, I swear, if you squirt ink on me, I'll be pissed.
I'm gonna try not to squirt. No promises.
I would like to take off running from the dragon.
Athletics, if you like to run away.
Anybody join me?
Yeah.
I'll come.
Oh.
Not very fast. On a 9. Kardak is straight out of
Finbar
I
can
got
also
you in my warm hands.
Finbar can also have advantage because he's being helped.
Oh, yes, I'm
Oh, right,
Nope,
right.
didn't help me.
Oh,
I can't be helped.
This is a pretty sticky situation.
Everyone except for Finbar and Hespa are able to get to the edge of the clearing.
Oh,
Finbar and Hespa can roll me dexterity saving throws.
yes, we can.
Oh, God. I rolled a 5.
Jesus. I'd like to grab him or I don't know. I don't know.
Do you want me
You
to put
d-
you in my other
You're
arm?
about to be eaten by a dragon. I'm gonna be real Finbar.
I squirt.
Jesus!
Finbar is knocked. Jesus Christ, here you go. Finbar is knocked out of Hayes' hands. Finbar is on the ground, teetering unevenly on his back fin.
I've let myself
dorsal
down.
fin.
I've let myself down.
You see two giant green nostrils the size of your head, pretty much up against your face, Finbar, and they are sniffing aggressively.
Hello.
Okay, I'm gonna make a really bold decision and try to talk to the dragon. Only because I'm a Horizon Walker and I make friends with dragons. That's
Oh,
what
so suddenly now we can talk.
I'm gonna talk to it. What does it say? It says, yeah. Additional spell, yeah. I'm friends to any forces in the multiverse. Benevolent dragons, fae, and elementals. Let's do this. I'm gonna talk to it. Mr. Dragon, that is the worst tasting fish you are ever going to have. It is rotten on the inside. You do not want that fish.
Roll me a charisma check with advantage.
Oh dear.
Oh no!
Can I
Finbar,
use
the nostril.
persuasion to help?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll come in as well and be like, don't eat him, really. Please don't. Please.
It tastes
Didn't help.
horribly.
I blame you, Clary. I blame you.
And actually, Ranger, that could have been if you have like a persuade or you have something that would have been better.
Well, it's all charisma based, but yeah, it's about the same. Literally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, that would have been a 17 if we did persuasion.
You guys are horrible at this.
Finbar, there are no more snout in your face. But you other two, this dragon turns its massive head. Its mouth alone is the size of your larger party members.
Right.
And it snorts hot steam directly at you. Two giant eyes behind kind of blink.
Right. You see, we brought you all this food. Look at it. All these meat bushes and things. And, yes, that's for you. We did it for you. But this fish here, he's not for you. You don't want that.
Ah, that sounds kind of like deception.
Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna try. Again, it's charisma. Oh, it's a little bit better.
She's like smiling. Right? So we're just going to take our fish, and we're gonna go and leave you with the meat bushes.
You rolled so much better than me. Oh man.
It has been a while since I've had proper tribute, but rare that someone tries to rescind my tribute. They want their food back.
Yes, you're right. But see, I don't want you to mess up your palate, you see. This is actually not a tribute. This here fishman is she like jabs Karnak. What is he?
He is poison blowfish.
Yes.
Spiny, expands in the stomach, pinpricks. Terrible. Terrible.
Look, he inked himself. Do you really want to eat something that inked itself?
I told you not to do that. Maybe one rule.
I'm very bad, but my pants are very good.
Finbar, you're not being watched. You can kind of get to your feet and go where you want to go now.
That is backwards. Thank you, and good day, dragon.
And so, like to aid his deception, I can maybe like say a prayer over about like just about to eat or something with the dragon. I'm gonna try and persuade the dragon with a prayer. I mean, like, thank thee, great goddess, for thy bounty before me, a gift of thy great abundance. Oh, Finbar, go. Thank you for sustaining my life.
I hate you so much.
Receive your gift of food.
I start running.
gratitude.
Oh no, I cast invisibility. I turn invisible.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, there we go, man.
I turn invisible and run.
Oh man.
That sounds familiar.
Roll some athletics, everyone else.
Okay.
Those, again, Mr. Dorf, that sounds kind of like a charisma check to me, too.
I cannot get out of here.
Persuasion or deception?
It's up to you.
Excellent. Ah.
Oh,
I need to roll because, like, I think I'll.
Everyone else kind of scoots away from the dragon, but its eyes are locked on your cleric now. What was that you said? Praise someone else? Someone else gives you food and protection?
You have not heard of the works of Brigantia. Oh, we have so much to discuss.
I'm so far gone. I'm
Oh
so
my
far
God.
gone.
Yeah.
I hate you all.
Yeah.
Right. I think I'll step in and I'll fix the situation.
Don't.
I think you'll find that I am the only one who decides who lives and who dies. And the only one you should be worshipping.
Alright, praise be to you. I'm taking this little shit and I'm leaving. I'm hungry, alright?
Roll your
What do you want, a persuasion?
Yeah.
Oh
let's see
my God, we're all
the
gonna
barbarian
die.
persuasion.
We're all gonna die.
Barbarian persuaded.
You guys are all going to die. I am gone.
God.
I do have a question for Hayes. What is your AC?
14.
Oh,
I mean, you're welcome.
You can roll a strength saving throw, but you're already a few feet up into the ground in a giant mouth.
Yeah, why not? For the sake of it, what could possibly go 23? It's not bad.
You're able to pop out, but you're gonna take some damage because teeth are still scraping against your
Yes,
skin.
they are.
Christ.
Now, don't worry, I've got this. This is a Tuesday.
Oh.
You can take 17 damage.
Okay.
Glad I took the feet off.
Yeah. Okay, I see all this happen, and I quickly cast. I'm gonna use a little bit of magic here for the first time in this game. I feel like I have a. Yes. I pass without trace on all of us, and I literally say, "Fucking run!" And I just start, like,
fucking run.
We can discuss Brigantia. He's misguided.
I'm just gonna start running and trying to like bolt or hide or find a place to hide from this fucking dragon.
I will follow.
And you all have a 10. What is it? It's a 10.
Welcome
Right?
to stealth. Yeah.
Yeah, to stealth stealth rolls. Yeah, it's 10. Yeah, a plus 10 bonus to stealth.
Oh, stealth.
So is it just Hayes out here? Does anyone stay with him?
Oh, yeah, no. Bye-bye.
I literally yelled at you to come with us.
I'm in Dragon's Teeth.
Oh man, add a 10 to that.
No, she doesn't hide. She can't hide. She has to go help him.
No.
She can't. It's her nature. She can't.
I've got this, guys. I got this.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Let me get an initiative.
Yeah.
Let me get an initiative roll between the two barbarians staying here.
Oh man.
No more. Okay, 13.
Oh man.
You're about to see history go down.
I can't wait. just trying to have a casual chat, you know, Jesus.
Somebody will be resigned to history. Hopefully the dragon. I watched a fight from afar as I'm invisible. Ah, look at him go.
Yeah, the dragon doesn't seem too intent on going anywhere or chasing anybody because it has tons of meat right here. But you are offending it, so.
It's got a tooth in my thigh. I think I'm the one taking offense.
You'll be alright.
I need the AC of our other barbarian, please.
Since I'm technically now a large creature, don't I get the +1 to AC?
18, you said?
No, I was asking a question. Since I've grown to technically a large creature, do I have the -1 AC?
I'm gonna say you're still the same size category. You're just the absolute tip top of that size category.
Okay, so 18.
Oh goodness. Do you guys know about dragon stats?
Yes.
About as much as I'd
But
like to.
I'm having fun.
I'm probably not going to do this.
Oh, does 17 hit? That's like the lowest it could roll.
Yeah, it does.
Uh-oh.
This is real bad. This is real bad.
I know it's bad.
Bad. This is really bad.
As instantly.
I've got this.
Well, if that's the case, let me roll some damage.
I haven't got this.
Jesus. Jesus.
You take
Okay.
27 damage as left hand just kind of comes crashing down, just kind of like pushes you into the dirt, just thwump.
Oh. Okay.
And I believe it is your turn.
She screams in agonizing pain. Very much agonizing. Yeah. Passive Knowledge is still going on, correct?
Sorry, what was that?
Passive Knowledge Trace is still going on, correct?
Yeah.
Concentration, yeah.
Alright. She's going to hide. Like, she's been dealt a critical blow. That really hurt her. She's gonna hide just to try and save her own skin.
Okay, you can roll to run away. Okay, you can do that as long as you use both your actions to just move as far away as you can, as quickly as you can.
That's fine. I'll do that. So
Okay.
P2?
Yeah, you book it as fast as you can, disappear into some of the trees, and hopefully this thing cannot see you. You are pretty beaten up and bleeding, I'm assuming, at this point.
Yeah, that hurt a lot.
And it is our Goliath's turn.
Yes. So, and the jaws of the beast is going, hang on, is this one of them gods? The ones that do have the worships?
Yes, I am.
Which one are you?
I'm the only one that matters.
Really? That's pretty amazing. Can you do magics?
Are you trying to distract it?
Yep.
Let's see some more charisma then.
Yeah, do you wanna...
Some more of that famous
What do we
charisma.
Why? Why are you letting a barbarian do this?
There it
A
is.
barbarian can persuade the dragon.
Yes, this is exactly how things go. With an 8.
It doesn't instantly just eat you, but it's going to try to pick you up to bring you right to its snout and intimidate you and talk to you. Do you let it grab you? Do you?
Yeah, I will. Don't worry, guys. This is gonna go well. I have faith. I think.
I'm a level 5.
I'm a level 5, I'll take it on. Solo?
I
mean...
I can deduce a thing or two. I've been around long enough. You say you don't know me, you don't recognize me. Then certainly these meat bushes aren't any kind of tribute if you don't even know who I am. Which leads me to believe you're not worshipping me, but you do have the ability to produce meat bushes.
Yes. You see, we came here to do worshippings, but they didn't give us a name. They just said a grand person. A very, very grand person that you look at and you're like, oh my goodness, that's a grand person.
Who is they?
It is a village. Far west of here.
Roll deception for me.
This is going as well as I expected to.
Well.
Oh my god. Just watching all of this happen.
Perhaps
Yup.
I should.
So I'm
Perhaps I should pay them a visit then. I don't recall demanding tribute.
No, you should. You're fantastic. you're mighty, you should go. And, like, get everyone in there.
This is gonna be your last persuasion attempt. Okay?
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
Damn, bro.
Double digits.
At least.
If only I had a cleric to bless me or a bard to give me inspiration!
Nope. My, if only he had a bard to give him
Sweet
inspiration.
hair over the-
Right.
over the hill.
No. No, I do believe that I'm the one that tells you what to do, not the other way around. Show me your powers, then conjure more meat, so that I don't need to eat you.
Right.
She sets you down.
Where are my cats?
God.
God.
Oh.
Give me 2 minutes, I'll get you a bit of a feast. I can't do it with people watching.
So you are my worshipper, then. You will do what I say.
Yes, oh, yes. Bestow upon me the blessings, for I have found the greatest god in the world.
She sticks a right-clawed hand forward. You can, with your massive hand, grab around like her claw. And she's like, shake. Pledge yourself to me.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, go do your stupid things. Get your cats and your meats, whatever. I'm going to
Right.
eat.
Thank you. See you soon.
As he comes back, I come out from underneath my invisibility. Well, I think you handled that remarkably well.
So did I. I think I made a new friend.
You just made a deal with the dragon.
I did. Is that wrong?
Not
I'm
strictly.
not sure. Is this a new entry in the book? Please?
The book has some very unflattering sketchings right now.
Oh.
Jason Ketchery, the resident imbeciles,
Like to get angry and smash things. Thinking was never their strong suit, was it?
How you read.
At least it's not making fun of me this time.
I actually quite like this one.
Can we keep moving? I feel like distance between us and your newfound friend is a good idea.
Yeah.
Right.
Just if we can find some cats along the way for reasons, that'd be great.
The cats will find him. They found us.
So,
That's a good point.
so trekking through the next couple of days, I'm totally not expediting things. You guys, rather uneventful, actually. The book
Praise
says it is watching you. It is content. It's having a good old time. And we get to camp again. You guys have crossed rivers. You guys have crossed plains. You are in the entrance to the mountains. You're at the bottom. The sun's going down. Tomorrow, you need to trek to the peak, and you will be where you need to be.
So during this time, can Kardak sort of cast some sort of insight over his party to see if there is anyone who doesn't seem to be as they appear?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I totally forgot that message. Yeah, go ahead and GM roll your insight to me.
DM roll. Yeah, sure.
Suspicious things.
Since you said we've taken a couple days, we've had at least one rest during that period.
Yeah, you can be hurting and beat up and maybe even have a little rip in your crop top, but you're doing better now.
So you want me to?
Kitty. Wait,
I'll take
that
that
kitty's
one.
huge.
Big kitty.
I'll take that cat.
This is certainly not the manner you've ever been contacted in by your deity. This certainly isn't anything you've heard of before. You might need to be wary. It might not be who the book might not be what it says it is, and this person telling you to be wary and to stop one of your party members might not be who they're saying. Because he rolled a 25.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop being quite so suspicious and brooding, and maybe come out of my shell a bit again, and sort of try and come on, everyone, let's get to the top.
Almost there.
Go ahead and do it tonight. Or did we make camp already? Are we making camp? Because we have a very hurt barbarian, yes?
Oh,
No,
yes.
it's been
Suppose we
I
should heal up.
mean-
I can. Yes, we should heal up.
It's just a flesh wound.
She's rested a bit, but she's not feeling to do that.
Just a short rest then. Is it night? Is it? You said the
Yeah.
sun was going down.
Yeah, it's going to be nighttime before you can get up there. I also want to know how the hell Finbar is getting around. Have you guys put water
there's-
pouches on his face? What have you
Yeah,
done?
let's put like a bucket.
No. Is there? Oh, can I use the snow
Quite.
and start shoving it in his gills?
Yes, get it right up in
I'd
there.
like to use snow as an option, please.
Get it all up in there. There you go. Stuff it in.
Last time I checked, you can't just put a fish in snow. But
I mean,
Finbar's
we can
not a
all-
fish.
I'm a fish out
Finbar's
of
not a
water.
fish. He's like some weird half-breed creature. So
Finbar, do tell
Finbar-
him. What's your need?
No, no,
you're
no,
just
no.
always on the verge of asphyxiation. You feel like you're gonna pass out any moment. You feel like you're choking and sputtering.
You know,
But as you go on and travel, you never collapse. You're just
you know, in the city, men would pay a great deal of money for this sort of treatment.
What, for a big slab of fish?
Snow? Are you feeling all right?
Oh,
the two of you feeling all right?
never better.
Oh, you do have gills, and you're currently suffocating.
Yes,
so,
no, I'm feeling fucking awful, my darling, but I'm trying to make the best of it.
shall we maybe rest tonight before going up the mountain? I suspect it will be easier to navigate during the day.
Absolutely. And a critical success and a D10 of healing from Katilasan for Hayes, because he deserves it.
Oh, thank
Nice.
He's going to need it.
you. Yeah.
let's see Hayes actually do something now. Hopefully, still not talk to dragons.
I mean, I've got a dying party member, so I've got to sacrifice if I need one.
Oh.
Okay. In the spirit of expediting this and being able to finish on time, sleep goes well. You guys find food. The book isn't that rude to turn your food into salt water like it was planning on doing.
Oh, asshole.
Seems about like my life.
You guys wake up to a very, very soft bed or sleeping bag or ground, wherever you're sleeping. It is warm. It is soft. It is squishy. It's red.
What? Can I roll a perception?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I don't
Ow.
really know what else to do but perceive
Can
what's
I do
happening.
the same?
Yeah, sure. Outside of the tent flaps, you can hear metal clanging together. You can hear backpacks being dumped open.
I peek my head, or out of my whatever I'm sleeping in, and I'm like, what is going on out here?
Solid fog, the likes of which you've never seen. You can see 5 to 10 feet in front of you at most.
Oh,
The ground is most certainly red here. And there are 2 silhouettes shifting through backpacks, and one of them looking at a little... I didn't gathering my thoughts, sorry. Yeah, there's 2 silhouettes about 3.5 feet for one of them. The other one's about 5'6". The one that's 5'6" is looking at a little book right now. All of your equipment, your weapons, your daggers, everything just scattered across this campsite.
I'd like to use my bow to try to shoot the book out of its hand. Like ping, I know I can't do damage to it, but like ping it out of the hand of whoever's holding it.
Okay, go for it.
Did I do that?
Yeah. That's an, oh my god. You hear a scream. It's the scream of a little girl.
Oh.
You'd peg her in her maybe 13 at the oldest. She screams at the top of her lungs and the book just clatters to the ground. She kind of turns her head just... What was that?
What? You're going through our things. What do you mean? What was that? And don't touch that book. Don't touch it. Anybody else want to chime in? People are rummaging through our things.
Yes, please don't rummage through my things.
See? Who are you?
Did I do good?
I just like I'm pretty sure she didn't really.
If these are the needy, I mean.
Looks.
Oh, I know that saying. If there are needy, we can make them few. We could kill them.
Close. No, don't kill them.
I believe that was Aristotle.
Okay, no.
Okay, we're not gonna kill you, child. But we would like to know who you are and what are you doing here.
And do you know anyone that might need pants?
Yes.
Who I am, huh? You have been thieved by the most beautiful and graceful cat burglar, Ella Pennington, and General Mao. There is a cat, this one overweight, but very luxurious and fluffy, who's just standing there holding your daggers, holding the priest's vestments and his necklace.
Okay.
With big eyes, and this little girl who is just gathering armfuls of random crap, cookware, a blanket, whatever she can grab from you guys.
We appreciate. Yes.
The cat holding my vestments is getting. He's getting a one of them sacred flames. Like it's going. We're doing it straight up. Like, get off my vestments now.
You don't touch a man's vestments.
We suggest you put those down before we have to hurt you, and we don't want to have to hurt the kitties. We've already fed them once.
Yeah, I'll probably make like a
Is
second cousin
15.
or something.
That's success.
Success, yes.
Does it take half damage or no damage?
Please half.
Sacred Flame's just a cantrip, right?
No, you don't take any.
Yeah, no.
It's target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d8 damage. So no, you're fine.
It jumps out of the way of the descending light coming from upon high and throws your crap on the ground and screams. Ella! Let's get out of here. This isn't good.
Kill them
You've
all.
all been bested. I'll have you know that. You've all been defeated. And she turns and
If you run, I'm gonna kill
runs
you.
towards the fog.
I'm gonna kill you.
They drop everything, all the stuff.
The cat does.
Okay.
Ella does not. She has cookware and blankets and a couple packages of Finbar underwear.
Those are my packages, goddammit.
Let them
Nobody
go,
steals my
Finbar.
frying pan.
I can't.
get more.
It's a matter of honor, Hesper. A woman doesn't steal a man's package.
They are going to try to bolt by you.
It's not the
Hayes.
done thing.
Oh, as I do that, I just want to like pick
Yes!
them up.
Yeah, that's that
With
sounds
a
kind of
nat
grappling.
20. It seems like a fun time to
Oh,
use
then
it.
that 20.
Okay, you have them both by the scruff of their clothes and fur. And all the stuff is dropped. And Ella is just kind of sitting there kicking, pouting. Let me go. You don't know who I am. I am the best thief.
Well,
Have you
you've
got
been
anything else on you?
caught, little lady. Just find the pants.
Couldn't
Yeah,
you just shake it out of her?
Shake them off.
Yes, let me show you. I do have one thing.
Oh.
She goes to her belt and she's trying to pull out a ladle. She's
Okay.
wearing it as a sword, the same way the cats were wearing rolling pins as swords.
That
Drop
doesn't
the ladle and no one gets hurt.
put it down, lady.
It's just a ladle.
You don't want to do something stupid.
Is that
You
her
can do
ladle
some.
or our ladle?
Did we have a ladle?
This is mine. This is my best. This is the most elegant and best sword.
Trust me, I've seen women do things with ladles that you wouldn't believe.
Let her keep her ladle. we don't mean you any harm. We're just trying to get up the mountain. We want to keep our things. We're going to let you keep your things, and we're going to move on.
Fine, big man. I challenge you to a duel, to the death.
Oh, don't do that.
Let me go. I demand it.
Shake her down for what she's got and let her go.
Just gonna launch this child into the air.
Do it, man.
Yes.
Roll strength and then initiative.
Oh.
Holy shit.
God.
We're gonna forego the.
Okay,
We're gonna forego the initiative for a moment. You fling her out and she screams. You're assuming you're about to hear a thud as she hits the ground, and you hear her screaming disappear below you as you throw her out into the fog.
How much XP for the little girl?
The cat runs over just 10 yards and then stops and looks like he's looking over the edge of something. As you guys kind of gather up your stuff and look around, you're on top of a giant mushroom. By giant, I mean 40 to 50 feet up in the air.
That is a big mushroom.
How on earth?
Is this normal?
No.
Yeah, I always win a duel. This is always.
Can I roll a nature to figure it out? This shroom, giant shroom?
Is it a magic shroom?
Then there is a wet squelch on the ground.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh dear.
what happened?
And yes, this is possibly nature. You don't think this is actually arcane. You've been taken somewhere, but not.
While we were sleeping?
Yes, you've been teleported to somewhere natural. It didn't grow mushrooms. You are somewhere else.
Someone touched me.
I think that little girl just landed.
I win.
Okay, I am gonna roll a nature on a 19 to figure out where giant mushrooms grow in this world. Like, where could we possibly be?
You happen to be on the other side, the far side of this city you were trying to get to.
Oh,
Maybe 2 to 3 hour walk.
okay. My ranger senses tell me that the gods have showered down upon us and put us on top of this giant mushroom only 2 to 3 hours out. So we're going to leave the splat little girl, we're going to leave the fat cat and move forward.
Oh,
So
can I
look,
take
just
on the
2 hours.
cat? Can
No,
I take
just-
on the cat? Or I'll
Leave-
win?
Leave it for the dragon.
Okay. You are wise and make sense.
That's for the dragon. How do we get off this shroom?
Not that way.
You guys can roll athletics checks or dexterity checks to shimmy down.
Okay.
Definitely gonna do it.
Ooh.
That's the time, roll 20. That's the time, roll 20 to get down a shrew.
There are little leaves and things on your way down, so you can kind of just
Okay.
blip, 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 blip. You're down on the ground before anybody else.
Now,
And-
contact. Yeah. Does this look familiar?
Hayes is on the ground before anyone else with his nat 20. And the little girl is sitting there in a slump. She's just kind of whimpering to herself. She's not sitting up. But you can tell her leg is broken by the bone sticking out of the side of the leg.
Now, what lesson have we learned today?
So
Come here, I'll
go over
Children,
and,
feed you.
children break.
Tardek's gonna go over and cast Cure Wounds on her and try and heal her
Before
up.
you do that, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw. You're having a tough time getting down the mushroom.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't save her,
yeah.
I'll amputate it. I'll be really quick.
Can't
Oh.
save it
Oh.
amputated. That's what they say.
Oh.
Roll a constitution saving throw.
Hey!
Oh,
You-
okay.
You are unbroken. You take 15 damage and trip off the top of the mushroom, land right next to the girl. But you don't break anything.
You land like a little girl.
Oh my god.
He's not wrong.
Can I?
And then I will go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on her anyway. I'll soak that damage up with my pride.
Okay, tremendous. Go ahead and roll the dice. As for the rest of you, you just see the dwarf rush over. Not even rush over, just...
You know, I blame you for this, Kardak.
Kardak rolls
You
over and
always
starts...
do, Finbar. It's a great joke between us, yes.
You rub the girl's leg and doesn't look like she can put weight on it, but she is not bleeding and there's not bones sticking out everywhere.
Can I come over to her and say, we are going to leave you now. We are going to tell everyone that you stole all of our things from us.
Oh, yes.
Because
yes.
you are the greatest rogue, correct? Or what are you, thief? You're the greatest thief.
Finally, somebody's heard of me. About time, but...
Yes. Great
Fine,
thief.
General Mao, help me. We have to get back home. Mom's gonna be angry.
The mark of a great thief, the fact that they don't get caught and break their legs.
Husband's like, yes, but they don't need to know that. Okay, goodbye. Go home now. Run home to your mother.
Anyway.
We're
If
going.
you tell your mom, I'll throw her as well.
Oh,
General Mao, we have to get to the Grand Cleric. She can fix me.
wait.
That's 3 hours away, Ella. But I don't know what else to do.
Little girl, your leg now, it is much better. Tell me, how do you know the Grand Cleric?
The Grand Cleric is that stuffy, terrible wench that always tells me stop breaking my stained glass windows and stop thievering the church.
Yes, those are wise things to stop doing.
She's caught you several times.
Because I let her, because they need to know I'm the best thief.
Right. What if we go with you to go see this great cleric and we'll tell her ourselves you are the greatest thief?
I accept your unconditional surrender, yes.
Great.
Hang on. Right.
Hayes, please, do lead the way, child. The greatest thief, lead the way.
Does someone help her kind of hobble along?
Yes, of course.
I'll
I do.
give her a
Yes.
shove.
She'd prefer not be Hayes.
I absolutely. I come over and I help her. You know, kind of. I give her a shoulder she needs it, or a piggyback ride.
I don't know.
2 things happen to wrap up this session. 2 to 3 hours of traveling in and constant complaining at the hands of Ella. You guys are met through the deep fog by an armed guard. He is armed with a broom. He's like, God damn it, Ella, you can't keep bringing these things in here. Get out. And he starts shoving General Mao in the face. We'll meet at the secret hideout. Okay, yes, General Mao, I'll see you then and there. You guys are able to get corralled into the city like a bunch of cattle. And I think Kardak still had the book.
Yes, I do.
It has one last message for you as you enter the city. It says, the task was ending, the destination at hand. Then why was it that our hardy adventurers, who had proved themselves over many silly trials, felt uneasy? They had delivered the Broken Chronicle exactly where it wanted to go. Everything had gone according to its plan. The pawns did exactly what it said. So why did they feel a sense of dread? And I think we can stop there. That'd be a good ending point for our one-shot.
Excellent.
Wow.
We had to shoehorn a little bit in there towards the end.
It's okay, we had plenty of shenanigans along the way.
Yes.
More than made up for it. Well, excellent, my friends. That's what we're going to wrap up tonight's show of the Telling Book episode 1. Of course, we're going to finish this story next week. Myself, Chelsea, Scraticus, and Strider, of course, be here, and we'll have 2 new folks in to join us as well to finish off our little story. If you enjoyed tonight's show, hit that follow button and join us. And Whilst we are wrapping up tonight's stream, you'll find me again online Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm on the D&D channel, twitch.tv/D&D with the finale of Learn by Play, and following that I'll be on Heroes Graveyard, same channel, 3 hours after that. And then on Sunday, of course, we have our 12-hour stream, so be sure to check that out, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. Fundraising for this GoFundMe, which I will link to you guys in chat, to get Sydney back over to the UK with my good self. But let's go around the cast and crew. Did we enjoy ourselves? Where can we find you guys online? Let's start with our very own Mr. Strider Heap. My good man, excellent work today. I have linked the website link to where we can find the telling book. What do you think is tonight's show?
Oh man, good to hear. One shots are a little difficult, and there's always a bit of a learning curve with playing with a new group or transitioning from in-person play to like online play with a deadline and a stream time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went well. Like running this on Writer's Block, which is the Encounter Roleplay writing staff's channel. Yeah, we did like 3 more encounters, but all of the encounters in this, and we're at like the 2.5 hour mark. So I was trying to stretch that one out, but no, it went well. We actually got in the important bits where we needed them.
Nice.
I'm appreciative of the opportunity. Watch me smite a Sararak in the Tomb of Annihilation on Monday, and watch me kill Nazis on Grimjack's channel on Sundays evenings.
Yes.
Besides that, look out for my Patreon article coming out. You guys get to save Christmas.
Christmas! Yes, Strider does all the adventures for the Patreon, so you can check that out. And of course, Patreon have rolled back his fees, so if you are worried about pledging to Patreon because they were going to fuck you, then they have unfucked us, which is excellent news. Let's go to Chelsea.
Oh yeah, yeah. You guys can find me personally online at little_red_dot. I spend a lot of time on Twitter, so come chat. And when I'm not here doing this on Thursdays, I do a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons podcast called North by Northquest. I'll drop some links in the chat here in a second. You can check that out. And then every other Monday night, I'm over on Nerd Immersion's channel playing through the Prince of Apocalypse campaign right now.
Incredible stuff. Check out Ted's channel, Nerd Immersion. It's well worth a watch. I haven't got a chance to watch that campaign yet, but I'll probably catch it on YouTube sometime.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Scraticus, my friend.
Hello. Well, I very much enjoyed the telling book. Yeah, it surprised me a few times. That was nice. But yeah, I'm Scraticus. I'm Scraticus everywhere, and I will be on during the 12-hour stream on Sunday, which I'm very much.
Fucking hell, not doing 24-hour again. Did 20 of those.
If you say it enough, he might do. Yeah. Apart from that, I'm running my own campaign on Mondays. There is my Twitch in the channel, and yeah, fun time.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff.
Thursday as well.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Spiritus.
It was a lot of fun.
You're breaking up on the internet side, my friend.
Yeah, that's really correct. Yeah.
I think you might be coming back, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, that's a little better, maybe. There you go.
Okay, so I just had to close the Twitch chat. I had a lot of fun. I posted the link to my Twitter in the chat. You can also, find my Twitch there. I do variety streams whenever I can. I'm in college, so things are a bit crazy right now, especially with just getting on break. But all of the fun tonight, I really enjoy everybody, and really love what y'all do, and I appreciate it when I get to come here and have a whole lot of fun with y'all.
With you, excellent stuff. And last but not least, Mr. Crit Dice.
Hey, so yeah, guys, I'm Slade for Crit Dice Gaming. I'm a streamer and game master over there. You can find me in that link posted. And my first time on Encounter Roleplay, and I had an absolutely fantastic time. Couldn't have asked for a better cast. And thank you to Will for letting me be on here, and Strider for running a fantastic game. I had a blast.
Great stuff, my friends. Great stuff. A pleasure to have you on the channel, and as always, for a group of you to come here and play games with us. If you want to play on Encounter Roleplay every Thursday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, we are running these games. Next week, the 21st? 2nd? No, 21st. It's not the 20... It's technically Friday in the UK, so my calendar fucked me. The 21st is the next game session, so you can sign up for that with ! Play. We take a week's break, and then we are booking for the 2018 season at the moment. Had a bunch of people already get in touch, so if you're looking, it's first come, first serve. Get in touch for 2018, and we've got a new season starting then, which Chelsea will be DMing as well, so that's going to be super exciting. I would normally run here, gonna stay on for a couple of minutes time, just chat to you guys about something, but we'll say farewell to the cast and crew. Thank you guys, Strider, Little Red Dot, Scraticus, Spiritless Lupus, Crit Dice, go follow them, go show them some love from the Encounter Roleplay community, and until next time, try not to draw too many net ones, because you want to be a laughing when you do. Good night, everybody! Bye! Alright guys, you in Zoom are clear. Alright everybody, one last thing before I normally head off here at this point, is just to say, let me get some music going. It's odd, I'm so used to music playing in the background whenever we're streaming that, like, not having some form of music in the background feels strange to me. Let's find this song. Yeah, it's a little bit of background. So I just wanted to say before I head off today, I wish it was a pipe. I should get a pipe. These are just my my glasses for Grob, when I play Grobby wears glasses. Let me find a link here. Of course, I haven't set this up in advance because I think I'm some kind of person that plans these things in advance. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm about. Let's go here. The window cap up. So I just wanted to say a quick thank you about the GoFundMe. Today, we haven't even started the 12-hour stream. Of course, the 12-hour stream is on fucking Sunday. And we have raised £335 from friends and folks in the community. 9 people have pledged £335 to our Get Sydney to the UK fund. Of course, the 12-hour stream is happening, so we've already unlocked... Ding, 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 ding! We've unlocked Wild Magic Explosions, PHB giveaway, and a bunch of shots that I'm going to do on Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the show begins. 12 hours all through the day. The GoFundMe link is up if you want to pledge to it at the moment, of course, but the 12-hour stream is when we're going to be pushing for that £1,000 goal, and judging by today, looks like we are well on our way. And just wanted to say a quick thank you for that, because traveling is really fucking expensive, and when you're someone that's self-employed like me and Sydney's in school, it's really not easy to travel, especially with the rates that they've put the ticket prices up to at the moment, and the fact that I can't fucking travel to America. So want to say thank you for that, and appreciate every single one of you who have helped out today, even if you just fucking, you know, watch the stream for a little bit, or like to retweet the tweets about the GoFundMe. I very much appreciate that. And I'll be seeing you guys again on Saturday, of course, for Land by Play, but Sunday's the next time that will be on Encounter Roleplay, streaming for the 12-hour stream and pushing for it. So I'll drop you guys the link one last time before I head off for the night, and just want to leave you with well wishes and lovely thoughts in your hearts, as I thank all of you guys out in the community who help make Encounter Roleplay keep on ticking. You don't have to be a patron to join the Discord channel. No, Revenue, Discord's open for everyone. We must stop it at 999. We must not lose the beers. We must not allow this to happen. But the GoFundMe link is here in chat in case anyone wants to pledge to it today, or you want to save it until you know, Sunday when we start streaming. Thank you guys, and enjoy whatever's next up on the auto host list, or whoever will go host to see. Micro-Made Gaming is so soon. We should probably go and host our good friend Ming, who's currently streaming some Dungeons and Dragons. Good old Ming. Alright guys, I kind of feel bad for reaching 1k because that would be a though unnatural. It'll grow back. We'll see. Maybe we'll do 10 times Wild Magic Explosion like Logan suggests. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Also, quick note, all of the donations that you make on the GoFundMe equal donation rewards as well. So if you were to want a Wild Magic Surge, you can put it in the bank and pledge on GoFundMe and also get that as well. Alright guys, other than that, I will see you guys later. Until next time, try not to troll too many net ones. I want to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody.